All right, guys, this is Wild Philosophy. Let's get fucking wild.
Let's get fucking wild, dude.
We're here with Luke Everett and Tom Feeback.
Yes,
right?
we are.
So, what's going on, guys? We just all kind of... I ate shit at Laugh Out Loud. How you guys
I
feel?
fucking ate a sack of shit, but the room was tired, I think, when we went up there.
Yeah.
They were all done. They were tapped out of comedy.
Once you go past like 10, I feel like everybody in that crowd is...
Well, no one's saying jokes. They're just like, yeah, this is what happened today. I'm depressed. I woke up.
Yeah.
Still depressed.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah, you got to save that shit. Like, I say that shit to myself when I'm by myself.
Say that in the mirror.
Yeah.
I was doing the noble move when we walked in.
What's the noble move?
The noble move is, all right, so
That sounds like something from medieval times.
everyone's gathered around the door, right?
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, I was here then, and I was letting people go ahead of me.
Yeah.
I should have just walked up to the front and signed up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
mistake one.
Yeah, fuck that.
Mistake
Because, dude, I didn't realize they have like you people pay for spots.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then you just get bumped. You're just like, what the fuck is
There's a
going
lot
on?
of people paying for spots that shouldn't.
Who's
shouldn't
paying?
have.
Who the fuck is paying for a spot at an open mic?
I know there was one guy, I think he's like a rapper, and I think he was going to go up, but they were like, we're not going to play your song to rap here because,
Yeah, fuck that.
Like,
This
that's-
is comedy.
It's not a mixed mic.
yeah. So, but, yeah, I don't know who the fuck pays for mics.
That's
but-
stupid.
But you want to know, so what the fuck happened in the past 2 weeks? So, first thing I want to say, that's fucking, are you guys familiar with like Schaumburg and shit?
Not super.
I don't think it's that bad around here. Like it's it's like 50% Indian. There's like no crime.
Oh yeah,
You know what I mean?
same in Naperville. Yeah.
So like the other day we go to this ice cream shop and dude, it was the funniest shit I ever seen because me and my wife we go and we're like looking at the menu and my wife's like, what the fuck? And she barely like swears.
Mhm.
There's just this dude who looks like he got fashion comments from Adam Sandler because he looks like a wigger basically, you know, like basketball shorts and shit.
Yeah.
And dude, he had like 9 banana split sundaes in a row. And he's like our size. I don't know what the fuck he was on.
Yeah.
But he's just
I like how you said our size. Luke is very skinny.
I'm saying
yeah.
like
Me and Luke are the same size,
Speak for
right?
yourselves.
yeah. but I'm saying like
But he's pounding these Sundays.
Hey, don't call me late for dinner though.
Oh,
Don't
that
call
was
me
fucking
late for
weird.
dinner.
But yeah, we're like, I'm like, what the fuck is happening? Because my wife's like, I don't even want ice cream anymore because it's dripping from his face, and he had no shoes on. I don't know how the fuck.
How did he
got
get
there.
service?
I went up to the thing and I'm just like, so I do want to order something, but this guy having a mental breakdown. They're like, yeah, we called the police, and the police come and the shit. I'm like, I don't know how to like think of a bit for this, but the funny thing, you know, when drunk people stumble, like they just walk 2 steps and then they just kind of like lose their balance. It almost looks like me rolling my ankle, basically.
Yeah.
This guy, every time he lost his balance, he would do like a kung fu move and then get
And then-
back in balance. It was fucking hilarious.
Just gotta start working off those Sundays.
Yeah.
Well, I think when you buy 9 ice cream sundaes, they're like, you can do whatever the fuck you want. You're half the business for the day.
Yeah, man. And I was like, it was funny because we got our fucking ice cream and I'm like, yeah, let's just go home. She's like, no, let's watch this. Let's fucking watch this.
Yeah, I'd
guy.
want to see what the fuck he's doing.
So
Yeah.
did the police come?
They did come. They just talked to him and I guess they called their family. They're like, you know, I don't know what the fuck is wrong with your relative, but pick him up right now or we're throwing him in jail.
Wow.
So
For what? Eating too many Sundays? What would be the charge?
Only that, dude,
You're charged
that'd
with having diabetes.
be I that would be a great diet plan. Like you're getting fucking arrested if you eat this shit.
Yeah, that is good.
Well, so
That
happened.
should be a law. You can only order so much food.
Yeah.
They weigh you before you come in. Okay, you could have one number one. That's it.
That would be something I know would be in fucking Poland. Because there's nothing that makes Polish people laugh more than this person is fat. This person, dude, it's so fucking. My relatives like lost it when I became like I was like, yeah, I am fat. Do you got any more food? When I became like okay with being fat,
Yeah.
they're just like, what? No, it's not okay. It was man.
Really, I would feel like Polish people would be into that.
into fat.
Yeah, into fat people. Why is it that I feel like Polish people are like looked down upon in the European like race, like not in Europe but in America? Do you find that, or is that just me?
Like, there's always like a lot of like Polish jokes.
yeah, like dumb Polacks. Like,
Yeah, where did that
they're
come
looked
from?
at as like stupid, and it's like
all those dumb Polak jokes, they're all like anything Slavic, just like dumb Russian, dumb Bulgarian. It's the most generic fucking joke. I mean, I've seen crazy Polish shit happen throughout my life.
Yeah.
Not sometimes it's dumb, to be honest, but like, I don't know, man. It's so funny. Like, I think it's because Polacks are like,
Polacks are kind of like white trash Europeans. There's some high-end Polacks, but I think the vast majority of them can be like...
My girlfriend's best friend just moved back to Poland, and I guess they moved in like some like mansion. They were building a mansion out there, went back there.
Oh, yeah, dude. If you get the amount of money for like a house in America, you can buy like 3 farms in Poland.
Really?
Because the fucking like transfer rate or whatever. But I think the reason why like Polish people are like, they always got that depressed Slavic, they got that, they have a look like they're constipated or they're like posing for a UFC card,
Yeah.
And it's like, it's because Poland was attacked the most amount of times. You know how like throughout history it's like there was this race of people, like whatever, there's these like Native Americans, and then they just got destroyed. This race doesn't exist anymore, right?
Yeah.
Poland got destroyed completely like 45 times. It's the most times.
Yeah, because they're stupid.
yeah, dude. Wasn't it in World War II that they were like charging the Blitzkrieg with horses, and they were going up against tanks and artillery, and the Germans just decimated them?
We're as resilient as rats, though. That's
true.
That's true.
You know what's crazy? Me and Luke are both German.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm getting fucking.
Do you feeling encircled?
I'm getting triggered right now. I'm getting flashbacks.
You're getting invaded from both
just
sides
us
right now.
gunning down your poor cattle.
But you know what was the coolest fucking Polak? Like, because I think Polish people are more known for crazy shit than like dumb shit.
Yeah.
And the craziest Polak story I heard, it was like, that what is it, the Cantigny Park, whatever?
Yeah, the army.
I don't know what that is. I'm not good at like history stuff.
It's like a kind of like an army museum. You could see old tanks, old
is it around
artillery.
here?
Yeah.
Oh,
it's like what is it?
It's probably like an hour away. I don't know where. I've been there, but I was really young.
No, that's the car museum.
Yeah, I think it's like near Winfield. So it's like
down.
Yeah.
I think I've driven by there.
Yeah, the thing that made me laugh was in the museum. Like, so there's like, it's just a fucking tank graveyard, and then inside they have like a museum, and they have this thing where it's like they try to make it interactive. So you're walking through a fucking artificial trench with shit going off. But the thing that made me laugh was they had this like actual size mini room that's like an Iraq war tank, and the whole fucking room shakes when you get shot by a missile. I'm like, dude, there's some veteran in here that had a fucking stroke.
Oh,
from this
easily.
shit.
Oh, yeah.
Easily.
But
most veterans can't even handle, or I shouldn't say it like that. Most veterans get triggered when like fireworks go.
yeah,
They can't handle a firework.
They can't handle the
Fucking
fireworks.
pussies.
Those pussies.
what are you, a German Shepherd? Like, but yeah, the most crazy Polak story I heard there's this like Polish general. He's fucking surrounded by like 8 Germans, and I think like he had a pistol, but they had a grenade. So they throw a grenade in there, blows his arm and leg off. So he just holds them hostage, and he's like, you guys fucking carry me all the way. This guy carries my leg. This guy carries my arm. You carry me. This guy carries my vodka. Like, and he survived. Like,
holy
Jesus.
shit. Who do you
guys?
think drinks
You
more
guys
vodka?
really are rats.
yeah.
Who do you think drinks more vodka? Polish people or Russian people?
Probably Russian, I would say. I
Really?
mean, you know what it is? It's just like, it's the depression of losing fucking family members to war.
Yeah.
And it's like, dude, you know what Russians did? They were stationed like in Siberia, and they trained a bear to drink vodka with them and smoke cigarettes. Actually, it might have been Polish. His name was Wojtek the Bear. They gave him
I've heard of this.
Yeah. But
Did they fuck the bear?
no, they didn't train him for that,
You
unfortunately.
give me blowjob.
Yeah. You are just like my hairy wife.
Less teeth, please. Less
Well,
teeth.
my girlfriend's whole family is Polish, and I think they drink a lot of fucking vodka, dude. 'Cause
Yeah.
her grandpa, he'll be like, make me a drink, and I bartend, so I'm like, all right,
Have you ever had spiritus?
what's that?
It's Polish Everclear.
No.
Dude, so like regular American Everclear, I think you can't sell past. I mean, it's not a big deal, but you can't sell past 96%.
Yeah.
Because it's imported, it's 98%.
Holy fuck.
I had that shit for my birthday. I got a video where I'm blowing fire and my beard gets like perfectly trimmed for getting set on fire.
That's nuts.
Jesus.
But dude,
Jesus.
that shit, you take one shot and you can't get out of your chair. Like I gave it to, your throat dries up.
Yeah,
because
alcohol just dries it out.
I was trying to make those slow motion videos with your camera, and so like I'm like, just tell me when to go. So I'm holding in this fucking basically rubbing alcohol. It's burning my gums. He's like, all right, go, like, and by that time, dude, like, yeah, I couldn't like.
You just spit out blood.
I was coughing for like 4 days after that shit. So
yeah, you're not supposed to drink that.
yeah.
They're
But-
fucking wild.
You could probably use that for gasoline for your bike.
You could, yeah.
Yeah.
No, they had somebody that built a car that runs on vodka.
Really? That's the most Polish shit you can do.
That's Polish.
No, you know what was the most Polish fucking story that I like as far as crazy was, my brother's best friend is half Italian, half Polish, and so the Italian side was visiting the Polish grandparents, and they're sitting in a circle around like a fire pit in like a yuppie ass house, whatever, and the Italian guy is telling the grandfather like a story, and he's just getting distracted. It's that Polish ADD. And he's like, hold on, I'll be right back. And he comes back, and he blows this fucking bunny rabbit away because he couldn't focus on the story because this bunny rabbit was running back
You shot him.
with a shotgun.
That's nuts.
But I don't know. Let me think. Some Polish, you know, some Polish shit in my family. My mom was OCD. She would like wake us up and be like, you have to brush your teeth at like 7 a.m. on a Saturday after I'm hungover, smoked weed, did shrooms. I'm like, why the fuck? We're going to the dentist. Why? It's like, because you don't want them to think we are animals.
Oh yeah,
I'm like,
I do that.
I'm like, no, I'm getting my money's worth, man. I
Yeah.
don't even chew tobacco, and I'm gonna fucking chew
Get
tobacco.
that
And
in. That's like how like you would have like a maid, and then you'd have to clean up before the maid came over, so they don't know
My mom-
how much of a trash pig you are actually.
yeah,
Yeah, I always do that though. I always brush my teeth before I go.
before you go, yeah,
Yeah, I mean for a dentist, yeah, sure.
They always look in. They're like, dude, you look great. I'm like, yeah, I just brushed
yeah.
and flossed. I never flossed usually.
So the other thing that fucking happened to me. So I don't know. I want to know. This is driving me nuts. Like, how old are you guys?
I'm 25.
25. You're what?
27.
Okay, so I'm 36, and I went to this. My friend, she's the head of this black metal band, like Satanist metal band. She's fucking awesome, dude. If you ever want to go to a black metal show with me, it'll give you a panic attack. They fucking
Yeah, I
impale
bet.
pigs on the stage.
Jesus.
Why?
And
You're not really selling it for
yeah,
me, Phil.
yeah. When does PETA step in?
so, well, they buy them from like an Italian deli. So,
Oh, they already dead pigs?
yeah.
Oh, they're already dead. Okay,
yeah.
I thought you meant they like slaughter one on the stage.
Like what? You know what she has?
How do they throw a pig at a steak?
They just do the head.
Oh my
So
god.
so what she did. So what's crazy with her? I'm gonna have her on the podcast soon. She doesn't have as many because she like prepares all year to have this fucking Rob Zombie movie of a stage show.
Mm-hmm.
But she she had a best friend who had a band called I forgot what the fuck it was, like Worm Witch, and they had the same type of band. Dude, they went touring in North Carolina. You know how they go in those like Greyhound white
Yeah.
rapist vans, whatever.
Yeah.
Dude, every
Sprinter.
they fucking went off the road. The entire side of the van got shaved off by a tree, and only the drummer was on the left side, so it killed everyone in the band. So the drummer's like, I'm never fucking like it's too traumatizing to have a band again.
Yeah.
And he ended up he makes all the props for Walking Dead.
Oh wow.
It's fucking awesome, dude. And like, so he like gave her their old mic stand. It's like an entire fucking deer spine, and then there's like like it looks like Hanukkah candles at the end. It's a fucking, it's something to do before you kick the bucket, you know? Something.
Does that shit freak you out?
Yeah, that seems really intense.
That seems scary.
I used to be really into it because of that Polish Catholic shit running down my throat. I got really into Satanism in like 6th grade.
Really?
Jesus.
So you were like a goth emo type?
I had my goth phase, yeah, like Big J. Fucking
Dude, I'd love to see you in fucking eye makeup.
Oh my god, no! The furthest I went was like I would like dress up as the Crow for Halloween or like Stig, you know? But or you know what? After this, I will show you. I was in a metal band during lockdown. I'll show you our fucking video. It's hilarious as fuck because we there's this place these boomers rent out. It's an entire green room that's painted, and we just had all these churches burning in the background. But it looks like it was something made for fucking like. I don't even like your local independent channel. It looks shitty as hell.
It's terrible. Yeah.
It's like 90s level green screen. But anyways, I what the fuck was I saying? Oh, so I go to her party and she had these cousins. You know, my co-host Carlos, I asked him, I'm like, dude, how come everybody in your family has a different fucking last name? It's like Mejias, Jimenez, Hernandez. He's like, because our dads don't pull out. I'm like, okay. So she had this cousin that she's never fucking like met. And I guess I'm at that age where I guess Zoomer kids start trying to fuck with me. So this kid was just following me around asking if he could hump me. And the funniest shit was like, I don't know why. He's like, this new like generation of goth is like these kids that listen to Billie Eilish, you know?
Yeah.
God, talk about some fat tits.
Yeah, dude.
Oh, she does have some honkers on her.
God. Good
But
for her.
They showed up with they used like a paint roller on their neck to be black right here, just their whole fucking neck. And I'm like, oh, dude, that must have hurt. I thought it was the tattoo. He's like, oh no, this is just body paint. So he starts following around.
You pussy.
Yeah, you fucking pussy. Wait, you painted yourself for a party, bro?
Yeah, that's black neck. You can't do that.
So yeah, dude. So he started asking me like if he can help me, and I'm just like, can I use that body paint for blackface? And that shit just sent him into a panic attack.
Well, he's almost there.
Yeah.
It's still racist.
You're halfway there, buddy.
Yeah, if you do your neck, I mean, you might as well go to your face.
Go the whole way.
Yeah. So I want to talk about, last thing I want to talk about is, I mean, other than like, you know, I won that roast battle, which was fucking great.
Yeah, congratulations.
Dude, thank you, man. I was like, it's so funny because I'm actually like, I'm into some crazy shit, but I'm a kind person. So equally as much as it felt bad losing is how I felt bad, like eating fucking Ted up, you know? Because I kept asking him, I'm like, you know, I mean, I don't know if you guys do this.
Well, you want to do a roast with your friend.
But I don't know if you guys do it where like before a roast, you're like, is there anything that you don't want to touch? You guys ask that?
Yeah. You should. I mean, you don't want to step over the line. It's at the end of the day, it's meant to be fun, and it's meant to be fun and also like be a good show. So if you say something that the guy like gets all fucked up about, then that doesn't make for a good show.
Yeah, and so yeah, like I kept asking him like, is there anything you don't want me to touch? And I ended up eating in all the way. But no, it was fun. It was great because I don't think I ever, like, even in stand-up, I don't think I did better where like each joke was a complete pop. It was fucking great. Like, it felt so good. And then, but yeah, that happened. And then, all right, let's talk about fucking Hawaii, dude. So I got married in like 2019 before the lockdown.
Okay.
So I'm like, I don't have money. And who the fuck wants to travel during lockdown?
Yeah.
So I'm just like, dude, I'm just going to keep saving up. And then when I go, we went on a tour every fucking day. And because I think I already told you this whole fucking thing.
No, act like you haven't told me.
Yeah.
It's for the show.
But it was great because the time difference, they're fucking 9 hours behind. Okay. So they're like, oh, you got to wake up at 5 a.m. We were waking up at 4 a.m. because 4 a.m. there is like 10 a.m. here.
Okay.
So, I mean...
Was it just you and the wife, or did you bring the kid?
It was just me and the wife.
That's nice.
Dude, it was so fucking... Dude, I came back here depressed because people are so chill. They have like a tradition where like if you order too much food, they just ask strangers like, do you want to share this with me? That type of thing.
Oh, wow.
Island living.
They're so fucking chill there. It's like there's bikini bottom music playing everywhere. You know what I mean? We saw there's one day they had like these 90-year-old like authentic Hawaiians from back in the day. They had like 5 bands playing live Hawaiian music with a slide guitar. And dude, I found out like all the like you work 20 hours there, you get health insurance. Dude, 1 block in fucking Chicago worth of trash, I didn't see it there for 7 days. Cuz they pay the city so much to like pick up litter and shit.
Okay.
It looks like a fucking it looks like you're in an Oculus simulation, you know?
Yeah, I've never been, but every picture that I've seen, it just always
Dude,
it looks great.
the way the
it's
postcards
Best
look
place in the world, yeah.
is how it looks in real life.
Really?
Like that fucking that like I can't you know how like people go to fucking Lake Michigan where
Yeah.
like John Wayne Gacy used to dump his fucking bodies back, you know?
Yeah.
And then they just have to use a filter for the water.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to do any of that shit there.
No filters needed.
The only thing that
It's
I
nice because it's America too, so you don't have to go through like getting a passport or
Yeah.
fucking with that shit. You just get the plane ticket.
Well, dude, I like it was funny because that night I think you left like right after you went, but that whole at an
Anti-normal?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
the mic, yeah.
I did like a whole set on Hawaii and it did not go over well because it was all race stuff. It was just like I was like, you know,
Are they like their own race of people?
dude. So the joke I had, I was like, you know, Hawaii made me realize I don't hate all minorities, just the ones that'll stab you in your sleep, because it's all like Asian influence. It's all
Yeah.
Thai, Filipino, Chinese, Japanese. Like, you know how you see like in Japanese movies, like the trees with the flowers and shit?
Yeah.
That's how everything is there. People are just nicer. There's no fucking, you don't see like people having a fucking punch down at a Chili's, like, you know,
Yeah.
in the
Do
Midwest.
they even have Chili's
Yeah,
there?
they don't even have them.
No, they don't. No, they don't.
Do they even have like McDonald's there? Or is it just like
They have McDonald's and everything there has Spam. Everything. Because since World War II, you know, like Pearl Harbor,
yeah.
the only fucking, like, they were on such a shortage of meat that they sent a shit ton of Spam. So Spam is part of, like, every fucking meal in Hawaii.
I've never had Spam.
I don't, you know, a lot of people think it's like a hick thing. I like it. It's,
No, isn't it like
what type
it's
of
like
meat is it?
It's canned ham.
yeah, it's and there's a lot of fat in it, so it tastes a little bit like gelatinous.
It's like
Yeah.
bologna kind of, right?
It reminds me of like if bacon wasn't thinly sliced. So it's like thick fucking bacon.
Oh,
like
so it's like
salami
a
bacon.
pork belly type thing. But it's not like that. It's not as it's like processed as fuck, right?
Yeah. And there's a shit ton of sodium but
But you just like take it out of the can and you slice it and fry it. That's
yeah.
yeah.
You cook it with eggs. They put it on all their Big Macs there.
Really?
And I got fucking obsessed with ahi tuna. Have you ever had that shit?
Oh yeah. It's good.
I never the way they do it, they like fucking I don't know, they put chives. They have this thing called li hing, which is just, you know how like Mexican candies have that spicy like
Yeah, it's like the
seasoning?
tahine and it's like
Yeah.
kind of sweet. Yeah.
It's the same thing, but it's like Thai and but yeah, dude, the food was fucking amazing. We ate at a different place every single day. Pizza wasn't even that bad, to be honest. Like I had pizza there
Pineapple
you had
on
pizza.
it.
Yeah.
You had pizza in fucking Hawaii? Why?
because we went to a different restaurant. It was like one day we went to a Thai place.
Yeah.
The Thai was they had a lot more curry there because I think more authentic Thai people, like instead of the Midwest, they eat way more curry.
Yeah.
You kind of like the Thai people here. They kind of like got to assimilate to whatever some fat Midwest fucking American would eat. But I'm trying
But
to think.
did you eat like I don't know if they just do that like here, but it's like they cut a pineapple in half and they fill it with like fried rice.
They do that.
They do that shit? Yeah.
They give rice with everything. What the fuck else? They, you know, you like they put alcohol in a coconut and you drink it with that.
That's
you know?
good. I like coconut water. This shit's good.
Yeah, the thing that I like the best, because I was never really into pineapple. It was like, you know, because fucking in America, you always have it like in a can and it's overly sweetened in there.
Yeah, they put it with like corn syrup and shit.
Dude, they would put pineapple in like a Tupperware and then they put that lihin, that like fucking tahini, whatever.
Yeah.
Leave it overnight and it's just like spicy fucking pineapple.
Oh, that's good.
So it's fucking good. What else?
You were there for a week?
I was there, yeah, from Thursday to Thursday. The fucking airplane ride, I never felt fatter in my life, because that thing, like, dude, that's made for like 1950s skinny motherfucker. There's no.
How
way.
long's the flight?
It was 8 hours, I think. We went to San Francisco and then 8 hours from San Francisco.
8 hours from San Francisco?
It was I forgot which one was longer. One of them was like 8 and the other one was like 6. But
It had to be like
hours.
6 to get to San. But 8 hours from the coast of California to Hawaii.
yeah,
That's nuts.
yeah, it was.
Wait, why did you fly to San Francisco and not like L.A. or San Diego?
Oh, because
Doesn't
it
that
was-
make more sense?
It was the first one that was available on Priceline or whatever, like the turn.
Can I ask you how much did this trip cost?
Dude, fucking
Because I like really want to go.
round trip on Priceline with a hotel. It was like $700 per person.
Okay,
Oh,
that's
that's
not
not bad.
terrible.
It was not the thing that really ate at the bank account was like all the tours that I took.
Yeah,
I'm like, dude, I saved up all welding during lockdown. I saved up all this fucking money. I'm like, dude, I'm gonna go white privilege on this fucking like
Yeah.
we went on a submarine tour where you go 100 feet down and they have like these wrecked planes from Pearl Harbor. There's a fucking
That's cool.
turtle stuck underneath it down there. We went on a dolphin tour. Because you would not expect this from fucking Wild Phil, but dude, Blackfish ruined me, man. I love orcas and dolphins.
dude, orcas are the shit.
Yeah.
Dude, dude, I watched a documentary on orcas the other day. Dude, they're like the coolest animal in the world.
They are.
They're my new favorite animal. They like
What was it called?
it
Wasn't Blackfish, right?
No, it wasn't Blackfish. No, it was a YouTube video. It was like 30 minutes long. I'll send it to you. It's and it's true because the YouTube channel was called Real Science. That's how you know
Okay.
it's good
Facts.
Good,
Yeah.
Facts. It's facts.
100.
Yeah. But they were saying like different like whale like families will have like different languages. So
Yeah.
it leads them to believe that they like have their own cultures and shit.
Yeah.
And also like they're the only animal that will practice hunting moves before they actually try them. Like they'll
Wow.
like practice hunting on like a thing of like seaweed, and
Yeah.
then they'll try it on like a fucking whatever the fuck they eat, a shark.
And
they fuck up great white sharks.
Yeah.
They fuck them up, and
They
they
fuck 'em up.
They
That's what
only
they eat on.
They only eat the fucking liver.
Yeah. And that's the thing that's crazy is like how a fucking like redneck hunter is like, you got to shoot the deer right in the heart with an arrow.
Yeah.
That's how they triangulate at the liver.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, they know how to fucking shoot.
And I heard they cut them open like pretty like precisely for
Yeah.
having like a big ass mouth.
Yeah.
They cut them open pretty precisely, eat the liver, and then they just leave the fucking body. And I hate sharks. Like sharks are my second biggest fear.
Really? What's your first?
Going bald.
Oh yeah.
Dude, do you think that's gonna happen?
Probably.
I've been having a fucking receding hairline. Adam C
Really?
went on. Adam C, I think, dude, all bald guys do this. When they start to see you having a receding hairline,
They're like, "Oh, it's over.
It's happening.
Just
It's
shave it. Just shave it."
And then like 2 years later, I'm like, well, it's still there, bro. And they just fucking murmur to themselves like Joe
And
Pesci.
I like that you don't wear a hat.
You like that?
I like that you're just letting it go and you're just like, I'm not wearing a
Oh,
hat.
I don't give a fuck, man.
Your hair doesn't look bad. It
No.
doesn't look like
No.
you're balding.
I just have that widow's peak, but I've had that my whole life.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
and because I used to be into punk, I don't know if you know Misfits, like they have that deadlock.
Yeah.
So I was like, whatever, And plus, I used to like be really into mob shit, so I used to slick my hair back. And just,
Oh, yeah.
yeah. I used to do that, and then the moment I got this mullet, I just remember being at fucking Taylor Street, and Jess Misitano goes up to me. She's all drunk. She's like, "Why the fuck did you get that retarded ass haircut, you moron?" Like, I'm like, that's so
Kind
Jess.
of like this,
Is-
dude.
is the
Do I
mullet
look
new?
badass? How does my hair look? Does it look badass?
Like,
Would this be considered a widow's peak?
yeah.
Yeah, you look like Avatar.
It looks like 1, 2, 3,
Yeah,
4.
yeah.
Eddie fucking
Count Chocula.
But yeah, dude, it was fucking amazing. We saw Bruno Mars's house, Jackie Chan's house. Obama has a house there.
Yeah.
The thing that's funny too there is because like they have that like Asian tradition of like they put health and nature first.
Yeah.
What they do is every house there, average, like even like a townhouse like this house is worth like 220 grand. The average house there is worth $1 million. Starts off $1 million.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
Super expensive out there.
I bet
But-
everything is more, like even like a bottle of water, I bet is more money because they have to ship it in, right?
Honestly, they're really self-reliant.
Really?
So as far as those prices, they were pretty cheap. But the reason why the houses are like that because they just pass it on from generation to generation.
Okay.
They don't want anybody non-Hawaiian coming in.
That's racist.
It is.
It's racist,
I don't
but,
like to hear about that.
nationalist.
but I get it. I mean, fucking, you get people from Arkansas and then they ruin everything.
Yeah, man. That's why the other joke I had. I was like, dude, like Hawaii's 40 miles across, so that's like going to Chicago and back. You know what that means? That's impossible to have an excuse to be late to work. And on that note, it's 2% black there.
Yeah.
But it's fucking stupid. But like, dude, I just fell in love with over there. It was, man. So yeah, submarine tour.
How much is even like an apartment?
I don't know how much an like. Actually, no. This guy gave me the price there, dude. He told me it's like studio, 1-bedroom apartment is like $1,500 a month. I'm like, that's like Chicago.
That's not too bad.
It's not bad at all.
So, and the guy, you know who fucking I fucking found this out while I was there by luck. Have you guys are both on Instagram. Have you seen those fucking viral videos of the reaction to the caricature?
No.
Where they like they draw a caricature of you, and they like roast the fuck out of you. They make your nose real big and shit.
I haven't seen those. No.
I've been like getting them constantly, and there's people getting them on TikTok and shit. And I'm over there. I'm like, holy fuck, they're here. And I went to go get it, and that's the guy that told me. It's like, oh, it's $1,500 a month. But the shit that was hilarious is, when you're getting like sketched, you just have to sit there still and shoot this shit with this guy who's
gonna make fun of you.
Yeah. He's like, so what do you do back in Chicago? I'm like, oh, I do open mic. He's like, oh, really? I go, yeah, I do this. You might know him because you do sketches. I'm like, do you know who he does Mad Magazine, and sometimes he's like, you know Jason Seiler? I'm like, yeah, why? He's like, yeah, dude, he's fucking famous in the caricature world.
Yeah,
like,
he's like the biggest caricature artist.
Yeah, it's fucking crazy.
Like he's like legit. Like,
yeah,
he's like the best.
Yeah, because the guy couldn't believe that
Shout out Jason Seiler.
Yeah, he couldn't believe that I see Jason like every 2 days at a mic.
That's wild, man.
Yeah, no, he's got quite a big following. Like I think Tom Segura follows him on Instagram.
Yeah,
like a bunch of famous people. Follow him.
He opened up for David Lucas.
Yeah, Lucas, Kevin Nealon, he's friends with him.
Yeah, and Mike Rappaport.
Yeah. That's,
so, but let me think. One of the funniest things I saw was like, this was like, I was trying to make this into a bit too, but we go on this shuttle tour, and try and guess by the accent, this guy couldn't drive well. Okay, there's your hint.
Mm-hmm.
But we get into this fucking alley. So I didn't realize like there's a shit ton of Asian influence, but there's a lot of Australians there too. We go down this one-way alley where we're supposed to go. Then there's this Australian guy with a ponytail. He looks like a villain from an Arnold movie, and he's cutting us off. So the driver was Japanese. He's like, "What the fuck? What you think you're doing? Where you think you are? You in America? Where you fucking? You think you in Australia or something? Get the fuck out!" And I never heard somebody be racist, like proud to be American, but in a Japanese accent. It was fucking. I'm like, this is
funny.
That was the only fight I seen somebody get into, But
do you think living there, it kind of like
would it get old?
Yeah, would it get old? Like every day is paradise.
It is. They were telling me it's the best. They weren't even joking. It's the best place to be homeless because.
Oh yeah,
easily.
But how the fuck are you gonna get there?
Yeah. You got to save up.
Swim across the Atlantic.
Swim.
They're like, what are you going to Hawaii for? To be homeless?
Yeah, you hop on an orca's back. They take you all the way to Hawaii.
Because dude, like, so, there's fucking pineapples everywhere. There's coconuts everywhere.
Can you live off of eating that? Like, I feel like you need some protein.
And then that's the thing. They have like the amount of chickens they have everywhere is like rodent level. Like the rat problem they have in Chicago is the amount of chickens they have there. There's just and bums will just fucking kill them and feather them and shit.
Yeah, I'd rather have a chicken than a fucking rat and mouse though.
Yeah. And there's a shit ton of cats if you want to do some Chinese food. No, but no, there's a shit
cat right there.
Yeah, man.
Looks delicious.
Yeah, he's skinny. I gotta fatten him up.
Yeah,
but
before you eat him.
Oh yeah, everybody was telling me to go on the Pearl Harbor tour. I'll be honest, this is gonna fucking trigger some veterans, dude. It was boring as fuck. You just go to this like.
Well, I don't think it's supposed to be fun.
So where are the explosions? Where are the explosions coming?
Where'd the bomb drop?
I'm just like I was thinking there'd be like like Cantigny. There's like this.
There's gonna be a Pearl Harbor ride. You show up and they're just like, all right, get in. Right. They just crashing in the ground.
Crash into it.
A log ride, a Pearl Harbor log ride.
They just have a bunch of Japanese kamikaze actors.
They take your picture.
but yeah, I mean, I guess
you get a I rode the Pearl Harbor ride shirt.
Get that kamikaze bandana.
No,
Yeah.
I don't think it's supposed to be. I don't think it's supposed to be fun.
But I was like, all these people are telling me like, oh, you got to do this. I mean, okay, it was cool, but I just expected like a museum and whatever,
a funnel cake, some ice cream, something.
Yeah.
yeah,
A carnival.
yeah. So,
Ferris wheel.
but and then so then we go on a dolphin tour. And yeah, because like I said, because I saw these fucking orca and dolphin documentaries, I'm like, I ain't going to fucking I don't even think they have like a SeaWorld there where they have captive animals.
No,
So
you just go to the ocean. They're right there.
yeah. Well, so what they did was it was cool as fuck. They'd have so like say there's whatever dolphins traveling east, they would go like a mile ahead east so that they run into you. And what so they just keep following where they are, and then they drop you off. You jump in with a snorkel, and you go with this like he's like the main swimmer guy, and you just follow him. And the first 2 times we saw these like cute 3 baby dolphins. So they're like kittens. They're trying to be frisky, and they're jumping out of the water and wiggling their butt. And we're like, oh man, we only saw 3. But then, dude, I didn't realize this. You know how you see in movies when dolphins go up and they go down?
Yeah.
It makes it look like they're just going up and down, like 3 feet down.
No, they're going deep, and because you got to get momentum, right?
Yeah, because there's a school of them. So the third time we go in, and it looked like there were 6 dolphins. You look 60 feet down, there's 100 of them, man.
Wow.
It was cool as fuck. I mean, I wish sometimes, dude, here's what's funny. Coming from Chicago, I'm like, so do you guys have orca tours? He's like, yeah, but that's in winter season because you got to be near the cold. I'm like, what is cold? Like, well, it's a lot colder. I'm like, so what's the regular temperature? Like 85? Like, so what is it, like 60? He's like, oh, no, it's like 82. Like, are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah.
You know? What?
82 is a great day, but it doesn't get super hot there either, right? It
Dude,
doesn't get to like 110.
No, dude. The weather's always it's always fucking 85. The water's always like it's the temperature of outside. You never jump in and it's fucking cold, and it's cool because like each beach is its own thing. So there's like one beach where there's the most fucking turtles that you snorkel with. Mm-hmm. If you touch them, it's a $20,000 fine.
If you just touch
Really?
them.
Yeah.
Why?
You gotta like I went like 2 feet next to one, and the guy started screaming at me because I guess they have like this protective layer of bacteria that if you touch, they get cancer.
What? That sounds like bullshit.
So I don't know.
They're just trying to protect the turtles. I don't they get cancer.
You know,
It's a wild animal. Like they get touched by something, they're gonna get cancer. I can't believe that.
Yeah, no, they probably like I know like if like you find like a bunny or like a bird, like and you like touch it, then your scent gets on it and the mom won't come back to it.
Yeah.
So I think it's probably something like that.
When I came back, I ended up reading up on it, and you know what it ended up being? Because of that old like Asian traditions, it's because they believe that their ancestors reincarnate in the turtles.
Into the turtle. Okay.
So that's why I don't want you to be molested. Their ancestors.
Yeah, don't touch the turtles.
my grandma.
Yeah.
Don't touch Nana.
I was in there screaming like, it touched me.
It touched me.
I'm the one who's traumatized.
It came on to me.
Can't you swim with a pig in Hawaii? Do they do that?
I don't know. I didn't see that.
I heard they have like pigs and they just like swim in the ocean, then you kind of go in there and swim with them.
I haven't seen that. They had like seals that pop
sea
up.
pig? Is that what you're talking about?
No,
John?
it's like a.
You're thinking of me when I'm swimming.
Oh yeah, that was just a picture of you swimming.
Yeah.
Tits up.
No,
well, dude, the one thing that I recommend, like, I couldn't fucking believe this. So, I didn't mean to cut you off, but like,
no, you're fine.
all the sand there is man brought.
Man-made sand.
Yeah.
From where?
They just fucking brought it in.
From like Mexico or something?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
So,
that's cool.
so like because all the islands are just fucking volcanoes that glassed over, and the more they erupt, they just keep getting bigger because of it.
Yeah.
So, dude, when I went swimming, like you see on the postcards where it's all sand.
Mm-hmm.
That's like one beach, and that beach you don't even want to swim in because it's for the surfer competitions. The waves get 60 feet high.
60
during the winter.
See, that's the one thing that you have to worry about if you were to live in Hawaii is a tsunami.
Yeah, dude. While we were there,
because a big wave can just swallow the whole island.
Yeah, but I don't know if this is like it happens all the time, but I guess like the current patterns. We were in Oahu, which is the middle island, which is where the capital is. there was a tsunami warning the last day we were there, but it like hit it's called the Big Island. It hit that fucking island first, so by the time it reached us, it was just like a drizzle. That's the other thing that was weird too.
What is this? Is a tsunami just a big fucking wave?
It's like a horrible fucking rain.
Oh,
it's almost like a hurricane.
Yeah, but I thought it had to do with like the water, the sea or ocean, whatever. Like I thought it was like the big wave too. Like it's just kind of coming and it crashes into stuff.
To be honest, I don't know the fucking difference up yet, but like it was fun as fuck. I don't know. It's there was tsunami warning like signs everywhere, and I guess in the winter.
How you doing, Luke? Phil got up, and I finally saw Luke for the first time.
He didn't even know I was over here.
Do you care if I have a cigarette?
No, man.
Yeah.
Can I smoke one of those too?
Yes.
I haven't had a cigarette in forever.
Yeah. Here you go, man. Yeah, thanks.
Trying to get rid of these. But on the cigs hard, man. Those are the killers because I feel like it messes up the rest of my schedule. Like if I'm not
cigs do?
Yeah, if I'm smoking cigs, I'm not working out as much as I do.
Yeah, because you feel like it's a wash. Like you're not going to smoke a cigarette and then go run because that's just a wash.
Yeah, I mean, but at the same
it.
time too, I'm like, oh, dude, I just don't have the lung capacity to lift or to like run even. So if I don't
work out a lot,
I try to stay busy because if I don't, then I'm just gonna get into trouble.
How often do you go to the like gym and stuff?
I try to go a minimum 4 times a week. Yeah, no.
I have a can here. I've been doing the Zins a lot lately. I'm trying to get off vaping.
Dude, are Zins like healthy for you or not? Like if they are, then I feel like I would transition to that.
What are Zins?
Zin, it's just like a little like it's like a
I'm gonna have
it's like just a nicotine pouch. You just put it up in your lip, but it's not. Oh yeah, here. Hold on.
It's like a pouch, but I don't know what the difference between that and like a tobacco pouch is because
they taste like I had one that was lemon, and it just fucking tastes like you have like a lemon peel in your jaw, but it's just like
a Zin or a
Zin.
Okay, yeah. Well, the tobacco ones.
Was it Zin? The brand?
It was Zin, yeah.
Really? They make lemon?
Yeah.
I have to try it. I got peppermint. Peppermint's good, but they're I don't think.
Zin is just supposed to be nicotine.
It's
and
just
then the
nicotine.
Tobacco, like the tobacco pouches, have tobacco in them.
Yeah,
and those are supposed to be bad for you. But I'm like, if Zins are just nicotine, I guess nicotine is supposed to be not that bad for you. It's supposed to be good for you. It's like a stimulant.
Yeah. No. There's a lot of shit coming out saying like nicotine's like a good like a mental stimulant.
Yeah, I heard it actually like if it's just nicotine, it like prevents Alzheimer's.
Yeah, that's what I heard too.
And a lot of it like so what I used to do, this is back to not being able to see Luke because I was fucking fat. No, do you know what acids are? Acid cigars?
No. Oh yeah. You like those?
That's like the
I'm a big cigar guy.
I love cigars.
Me and Luke smoke cigars.
Dude, I fucking love cigar. Right now I'm like looking for a job, so I ran out of all my cigars because I get them like by 100 usually.
Oh, really?
And yeah, because there's this site, dude. It's called cigarbid.com. Dude, you could fucking you know how like they're usually like $15 when you buy them off there and you do the math. You could get them for like they're like you get like cohibas that are like $2 each.
Really?
And but yeah, I started because acids are like the in between of a fucking Swisher and a good cigar.
Yeah, they're not. Yeah, they're like just, whatever. Yeah,
they're like candy.
Yeah.
So I used to fucking do that as like anytime I craved dessert, I would just have an acid cigar.
That's good.
And what I realized is
they're like sweet.
Yeah.
I don't like flavored cigars. What are they like? Grape, like whatever.
No, they're not like grape. They're just they just taste like just sugary.
Like, oh, okay.
There's no all acids. They just taste sugary. It's really fucking weird. There's no like real. The only one that I had that was a flavor, but it wasn't sweet, was good. It was like a coffee flavor because they fucking plant the leaves where they planted espresso leaves.
Oh, so it's like the essence is in the ground. Mm-hmm. That makes sense.
You know what made me that's when I knew I was addicted to cigars, when I watched fucking you ever see Bert Kreischer's Cabin show on Netflix?
Yeah.
He had like an episode where he had a cigar roller, roll them fresh, and I'm like drooling watching that shit.
I like Tatuajes a lot. Specifically, the Drac is one of my favorites. Like a Dracula one. Those ones are really good. The vintage. Are you like the vintage? I sound like such a cunt right now. The vintage Tatuajes they're very good.
It's like
It's pronounced twat.
I sound like a twat right now. Fucking talking about. But I like Tatuajes. What the fuck are they? Ashtons. I'm a big Ashton guy. Ashtons are good. Do you know what I had recently? I had a Guy Fieri's cigar. It's called a Knuckle Sandwich.
How was that?
Pretty good. It was pretty good.
Does it taste like cheeseburgers?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I'm kidding. No, it doesn't. It doesn't taste like cheeseburger. It's a pretty good cigar. Slightly overpriced. It was like $16. I'm like this should have been like
for the name.
This should have been like a
Definitely paying for the
$13 cigar.
Yeah.
But it was very good. I liked it for what it was.
Do you have a favorite?
No, I mean, is Connecticut a brand, or is
Connecticut's
that
the wrapper.
the wrapper?
So
okay.
yeah, so you like just like a light cigar.
Yeah, like a
Connecticut's are like entry, like when you first get
entry-level
into
stuff.
them.
Yeah, where the leaf is lighter, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Instead of darker or whatever. Yeah.
I like not a. I used to the Ashtons. Ashtons are actually the best Connecticut's in my opinion.
Yeah.
Because they're very like light and they're kind of creamy and they're like just it's a good easy smoke. I'm more into like a medium now. Like a medium.
I love Maduros. Like
Maduros, that's dark.
Yeah.
You like them like bold. You like the spicy, like bold flavor. Yeah.
That shit, like when I first started smoking, I moved from like acids to Maduros and I would hurl immediately.
Really?
Yeah, I went to this party where there was this dude. He's so fucking awkward. He's just one of those nerds that goes to Comic-Con and shit. And every time I went to, he was a family friend's friend. And you'd show up and he'd be like, all right. It was way overdone. He's like, all right, boys, who's ready for the stogies? He'd literally talk like that. And I'm just like, did your dad die?
Well, that's the type of guy that doesn't have a lot of guy friends, so he doesn't know how to act in front of other guys.
You guys want a Miller Lite?
Yeah.
So he has a
You call it brewski?
Yeah, you want a brewski?
So he has a remote job and watches Andrew Tate all day. Like, but yeah. So one day he told me, he's like, "Oh, you gotta have a Maduro," and he gave me like a fucking $400 like Johnny Walker Blue Label.
Oh, that's
shot.
good shit.
And I never drink, so he almost had a stroke because I mixed it with Coke. He's
Dude.
so,
Dude, you fucked up.
Why don't you drink? Like, is it
I have sleep epilepsy.
okay?
I had it since I was 16, and like alcohol. I mean, my biggest fucking trigger, because like obviously people always joke that like strobe lights set off seizures and
Is
shit.
that not true?
It's a different trigger for every person. Some people get triggered by too much heat, so they like can't go to the beach or they'll have a seizure. Some people get triggered by strobe lights. Some people get triggered by just having anxiety. Like if they fucking have stage fright and you told them to do stand up, they'd have a fucking seizure.
Really? I remember when Kanye West came out with that all of the lights video, and there was a warning before it that said like, if you have epilepsy, don't watch this video because it's like strobe lights and shit.
Yeah. No, my trigger was always like anything sleep deprivation because I've only had it in my sleep, which fucking blows. I just did a video where I talk about the disability and everything. Woe is me type shit.
Yeah.
But no, it does suck because what sucks is like it's a disability, but I can't file for disability. Because technically, because I'm like I have it in my sleep, that means I could fucking do a day job and have a driver's license. But dude, if you have a seizure, bro, I can't even have a conversation if I have a seizure.
The
like
night before?
Yeah, like if I have a seizure like the night before, the next day I'm just like catatonic.
Okay.
It's like having, I don't know if you ever had a concussion or like in a car accident.
I've had many concussions.
Yeah. It's like it's literally like that. But I don't know where the fuck I was going. Oh, we were talking about
why you don't drink.
Yeah, why we don't. So this guy told me to have a fucking whiskey and a Maduro, and I hurled within. I mean, the only thing in my head was in that scene in Pinocchio where he's like turning green, and turning into a donkey, like. But
well, if you're smoking like light cigars and you jump up really quick to like a super dark cigar, that will make you like sick.
Yeah,
you're supposed to like work up.
The darkest one that I would smoke that I don't do anymore because I would work out the next day and cough the whole time was they're called Man of Wars. And like the symbols like
I've seen those.
Medieval helmet, you know?
Yeah,
it looks like that 300 helmet or whatever. Yeah. But then I moved down to Undercrowns, which I liked a little bit.
That's the one.
That's the one with the logo. It's like a fucking gold lion with a blue background. But no, my favorite are La Aroma de Cubas.
Never had one of those.
They're just like slow burn. Like you could like it would be perfect right now for like
Yeah.
we could talk for 3 hours and I would still be going. That's how good those are. But yeah, anyways.
I like the regular cigarettes though. I see all the like electronic cigarettes and they're fine. Like Juuls were cool when they were in.
Yeah.
But I don't even think that they're making them anymore.
Juuls?
No, they make them.
Are
They just don't make the good fucking flavors. All they have is tobacco and mint. Or tobacco and menthol. Mint was the big one, and mango was the big one. Once they stopped making those, everyone was just, all the kids were like, "Fuck that shit, dude." They switched to like Elf bars and Pashas.
Yeah, but if you have an electronic cigarette, that runs your life, dude. You wake up, hit it. You go to bed, you hit it.
That's what I was doing.
Every day you're hitting it consistently. At least with cigarettes, there is some type of ritual behind it. There is some type of like you can be social with it. Like electronic cigs, you rip it inside. It doesn't matter. You do it alone. Everything's moving towards this electronic thing, dude. That's why I'm into cigarettes.
Dude, working 15 years in like welding shops and shit, all those like third shift motherfuckers, they would have like 5 monsters. They were dipping and they'd have a vape. And I'm like, dude, how are you not dead? How did you...
Dipping is I don't get how people get into it. My stepbrother was big into dipping. I think it's what killed him. But I just feel like it's just so
Your brother
gross.
died?
My stepbrother. Stepbrother. Well, we like grew up together, so we were like super close.
Yeah.
But he was like one of those guys. Like he dip like he wasn't buying like the cans like the Zins come in these.
Dude, the logs.
He would not only logs. He dipped Stokers.
Oh, the vat
comes in a
just
tub.
A vat
comes in a fucking tub, and you just throw it in, and he just fucking he had I forgot what they call them, mud jugs.
Yeah,
where it's just like it's like a spitter, but like you could like tilt it over and it won't like spill out.
Yeah.
So he would just do that all the time, and then I think it gave him cancer.
Fuck. Wait, so he actually got like jaw cancer from that?
I don't think he didn't get jaw cancer. I think he got something in his neck, and then it spread to his spine.
Oh, it was definitely from the dip.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, man. Fucking, dude, I got into dip in like 6th grade. I'm not joking.
I've thrown up every time I've dipped.
Yeah. I remember, okay, so I remember being in like 6th grade. I was like, we had this like, it was all the fucking, all the kids were like, oh, we can dip. So it was like, when you fucking drink in 8th grade before high school, whatever, that was the cool thing.
And you're probably dipping something disgusting.
Yeah.
Like what were you dipping the first time you dipped?
Well, I don't mind like mint tea, but I don't like anything else mint, and like mint skull is fucking disgusting, dude.
Yeah.
Long cut.
It just like it just smells and tastes like licorice and like that smell when you get a fresh shoe to me,
whenever I smell dip, I kind of like vomit in my mouth.
It definitely is an acquired taste.
Well, dude, so like
100%,
so like you knew Lauren from Zanies,
Yeah.
And like when we were in grammar school, it was like there was always that fucking guy who like they're the parents who's like, they don't give a fuck what they do. So we hung out at his basement.
Oh, hell yeah.
Played poker, and we played 4 dip cans. And I didn't really like give a fuck about poker because I was like a metalhead. I was like not into that. But what I remember is like they like had a ledge all around the basement, and on the ledge, that's because they want to show off like, yo, we're in 6th grade and we dip. That's where they put all their fucking water bottles that they spit into.
That's gross.
So like, dude,
I knew people like they would have like towers of the cans, like the empty cans, and stack them up.
Make a table out of it.
And like, and dude, and like,
which is fucking gay as shit.
Yeah,
that's so gay.
It's just like, oh, I'm gonna show off like how much cancer I'm gonna get.
I'm saying that's gay into a pink microphone right now.
I did that because I color coded those fucking cords because it's painted on there. That's how OCD I am.
Oh wow. Oh, I guess that makes it easier.
But dude,
you did pick some fucking pull-out colors though.
Yeah, dude. But fucking
teal, pink, and light blue.
Yeah, dude. when I had Ted on, he's like, "Can I change the pink?" I'm like, "What are you, homophobic?" Whatever. But
no, I saw the Barbie movie.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
But dude, so like, what's funny is like after they fucking saved all that water, I was like, "Dude, can I take some of these?" Because dude, that shit for road rage. Someone's tailing you, you fucking throw a whole bottle of someone else's fucking 2-year-old.
What's your road rage move?
My road rage.
Are you a finger guy? I love the clap. I've been starting to do the clap. I'll do that.
So what I used to like,
I actually don't do anything.
being a Polak, I had horrible anger problems on the road. Horrible fucking, the modified Hondas. I never had a modified Honda, but I
That's
used
surprising.
to, dude. I
Yeah, just a loud ass.
dude. I fucking owned 10.
You want to give me blowjob in Honda?
from
Did you have your Instagram tag on it too?
No, dude.
yeah, no.
No, but
That's
but
way
but,
past his
but,
time.
but dude, from fucking 16 to like 25, I wrecked 10 cars because of how and
Jeez.
all total like because of I'd be that guy that zigzags and I'm like, oh, I want to cut this guy off and brake
Oh, you're a
check him.
fucking asshole, dude.
I was a fucking and I got over it by buying a Prius because
Yeah.
it takes like 2 fucking minutes to get to 60 miles an hour.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With a But no, you're like, what's your move with road rage, dude? So I heard on a podcast Ice Cube saying that he used to save up used batteries and just fucking throw them behind him, so it like shattered all the
Yeah,
stuff.
that's fucked up.
But
That's
I
crazy.
didn't have enough batteries. So I was such a fucking nut. If somebody cut me off and like almost had an accident, I would literally follow them home, see where they live, and then like, oh, I don't want to get caught. So 3 months later, I'd come back with a hunting slingshot and marbles and shoot out their entire fucking car. It was so
Jesus.
Holy shit!
It was-
Yeah, you should edit that out.
oh my god.
Leave that in.
I was like, I remember I was at this fucking straight up, like in Wolf of Wall Street when he was in those shady like leased warehouse
Yeah.
Yeah.
phone. I was at a company like that. They ripped off old people by selling AM radio time. Like
What's that?
So like AM radio. So
What's
like
that?
like FM AM radio?
No, I don't know.
Okay, so
Do you seriously not?
I'm fucking kidding.
oh my
I'm
god.
fucking with
I'm like,
you.
am I
He's like-
am I this old, dude?
No,
No,
I'm
you
fucking with
like telegraph, beep beep beep.
Yeah, yeah, Morse code.
No, but dude, what they did was like we it was so fucking shitty because they would hire all these like 15-year-olds with work permits at a high school.
Mhm.
Each person got a different town in Illinois yellow pages, and we just cold call them. We had a script with all these boomer shit. Like it would be like, so hey, I heard you're the head bottle washer over there, huh? Which I guess means you're like the best salesman or some shit. And yeah, you just sell them fucking radio. But anyways, I was working there, and there's this dude who was kissing the ass of the owners. He was such a fucking weasel, man. I hated him. And one day he takes this fucking like, what's it called? Like, those 60s Corvettes? You ever see
Classic Corvette.
Yeah, where it's got like the white on the side, but the rest of it is red.
Yeah.
Yeah, he drove that shit to this telemarketing job. The owners are 2 Eurotrash guys, so they're driving like BMWs and shit, and he's trying to
course.
impress them with a fucking Corvette. And yeah, that guy.
Did they all race after work?
No, but that guy fucking shot out his fucking Corvette because he pissed me off. But oh my god, dude.
Yeah. Fuck. With your slingshot?
Yeah, dude. That because do you know what those are for?
Slingshots?
No, like hunting slingshot. You know, what, have you ever seen those?
I'm assuming killing an animal.
Yeah, it's for like fucking like foxes and coyotes, and you're supposed to buy.
What do you put? What's the ammo you put in them?
You're supposed to buy steel balls from like Cabela's, but
So you're just buying steel balls and shooting them through people's.
well because
That
I
wrong,
didn't because
dude.
I didn't want to kill somebody. I just bought marbles from the
Marbles.
dollar store. So, because that shit would it's a dollar store. It'll just shatter on
Impact.
Yeah, but what's your road rage?
I'm not a big road rage guy. I used to do the beep, like right up next to them, beep and the finger, but now I've taken more of like the approach of like if they do something stupid, I do the slow clap. So
Yeah.
I make them feel dumb.
Yeah,
I want them to feel stupid because the middle finger, everybody can do the middle finger.
yeah.
You get someone, you beep, you see them, you do a slow clap. They know what they did. They know they're stupid.
You know what I fucking love is, and this is after I conquered my road rage, is I just blow a kiss to them in the rearview mirror and then I wink,
Oh yeah,
and that sets them off.
kill them with kindness.
It sets them off, dude.
If you try to be nice to someone, they get even more mad.
yeah,
Yeah. Do you know it's a real passive aggressive move is just hit the windshield fluid
yeah.
and it just fucking
Yeah, I like
sprays
that.
behind you.
I like that.
Yeah.
That's my move. That's a pussy move. That's what I do.
No, but dude, I knew that I was like, because I don't give a fuck about politics, but like, my wife's car got wrecked because she owned it for like fucking 12 years. She's like whatever perfect whatever driver, but so I told her, I'm like, you should get a fucking Prius. Like, you know how much money you fucking save on gas? And she's like, am I gonna have any problems? I'm like, I'm telling you,
Toyotas never fuck up.
Yeah,
I have a Toyota. They never fuck up.
You barely take them to the fucking mechanic. But the thing was, I was like, especially with the Prius, every fucking raised pickup is gonna cut you off. Every single one, and it's true, man. And when you cut them off, they get so pissed.
They get pissed.
But yeah, I don't know.
I don't even think it matters about the like size of the car. As long as you have a good horn, like you don't have a bitch ass horn, I think you'll be all right. Because they're making big ass cars with bitch ass horns. Like my mom just bought a truck.
Yeah.
Like a Honda truck, bitch ass horn.
Yeah.
Like a little queef horn.
Well,
yeah, exactly.
Well, okay, so here's the only Pollock time I was going to modify my car. I was going to you buy a compressor that you put in your, like, you know how like people put subwoofers in their trunk? You know,
I don't know what that is.
Subwoofers?
Yeah, like when you
Have you ever heard someone coming down the street and it's like, brrr,
yeah, that's what it is. Okay, yeah.
It's
just
like a
bass.
heavy fucking bass amp, yeah. And it's for the car. So like,
why would anybody do that? Did you do that, Phil?
No, I didn't do that.
It's like if you're into rap, like old like 90s rap though.
Yeah.
It makes it that much better.
Dude, you put them in the my buddy had this.
It makes people in the neighborhood hate you because it wakes everyone up. It doesn't. The listening experience is actually worse.
It's actually bad, dude. My buddy, he had like a, he
was
was
doing
like a
it for
rich
other
kid.
people.
Yeah, you're gonna piss people.
No, he had this tricked out Escalade when we were in high school, and he put 316s in the back.
Yeah,
and you would sit in the back seat and he would turn them on. You'd feel like you were in a massage chair. Because like the bass is just so like your body's vibrating.
Yeah. Oh, it fucks
which
up.
I didn't like, dude. It made my eyes feel weird. It's like you feel like you're like your eyelashes like vibrating.
Yeah.
It's
and eventually it fucks your fucking automatic window.
Yeah. It could fuck up a lot of things. Like it could not like jar
it's just
things
shaking
loose.
it off the rail or whatever.
Yeah.
You know. But no, what I found out that you fucking could do, because I would just get so pissed. I was like, I don't want to flick someone off. I don't want to brake check. I don't want to do anything that's going to make me total a car again. You could get a fucking compressor.
Can you explain to me the brake check? Because I never understood that. You're trying to have them hit you?
Yeah.
Why?
Because
doesn't everybody lose then?
No. Because it's their fault.
I know if they hit you, it's their fault. If they rear end you, it's their fault. But isn't that more of a headache than whatever they did to you?
Or does it give you a reason to get out and fucking hit them or something, like beat the shit out of them?
Yeah. In Chicago, you don't want to do it because they'll pull a fucking pistol on you. You know, like
yeah.
But so anyway, so I found out that you could get a air compressor in your fucking trunk, and then you get freight train horns underneath. So you're driving around a bitch ass fucking Honda, but then when you put that out, it'll break fucking windows.
My stepdad was a truck driver for a long time, and we would sometimes he'd like bring the truck home,
yeah,
get in it and shit, and like you can like get in a lot of trouble if you pull the horn up here. Like, do you know, like you drive, like you're on a road trip and you go and you do the fucking honk it, like they can get in a lot of trouble. Like if there's like a state trooper by and you go, they can get in a lot of trouble for that.
Yeah. So. That's the only time I fucking but all that the subwoofers, man, oh my god, they're so I would never fucking get that. It doesn't make any music better. Those things, like,
no, it's terrible.
I'm trying to think of what else I try.
You were talking about like a lot of, you had a lot of jobs and shit.
Oh yeah.
You talk about jobs. What's the worst job you think you ever had?
The worst job I ever had, like, as far as like where I almost wanted to kill myself, was like that.
Yeah, I think killing yourself is the worst job.
Yeah.
If you clock into work and you're like, damn, I'd rather be dead.
So I worked. I might have. I think I talked about this before, but it doesn't matter. I'll fucking. It's 80 views. No one watches this shit. No, but I mean, no. I
trash the company. Fuck them,
dude. Okay, yeah. I will tell you everything about this company that was fucked during lockdown. So here's the first red flag. They contacted me. Usually, you have your name on like Indeed or LinkedIn or fucking some temp agency. And then they contact you.
Yeah.
But if a fucking job doesn't hire temps and they're just like, oh, hey, we heard of it. Like, usually you tell them, hey, I'm looking for work. And then you pick. Mm-hmm. But they called me. They're like, we think you'd be the great for this position. It was just, okay. So let me tell you the first red flag. It was called Gear Marie. And it's in Vernon Hills. And dude, I'm like, so you know those like those gay fucking intros they have when you start a job where they do like sexual harassment.
Oh yeah,
training?
like
Yeah.
the orientation and shit.
And I'm like, dude, we're working with a bunch of welders, so I don't think we're gonna get sexually harassed. You know?
Yeah. Are there any women welders?
They're once in a while they are, but dude, I'm telling you, every manager that I've worked with, they fucking hate women.
Really?
So they will not hire. Yeah, because they're just fucking assholes. They won't let because it's like.
Why aren't women upset that they can't be welders?
I don't know.
I feel like they don't want to do it. Are there a lot of women in the unions?
There, out of the 3 years that I was there, I seen like 400 people, and there was one woman.
How big was her clit?
She was a chubster, that's for sure. Like, so I didn't see the clit.
Probably like a lesbian.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Big
that
fat
makes sense.
clit.
yeah. She, but like, but you know, it's just like, you know, you take like all these shops. All the fucking bathrooms have like 80s porn where they're getting railed by two dicks.
Yeah.
So like, oh, if we bring a
DP.
woman in here, we got to take all this down.
Yeah, we can't jerk off on the job. What
Yeah.
the fuck?
I can't jerk off when I'm shitting no more.
I can't sit here and smoke cigarettes and jerk off. What the fuck?
It's
I'm out there
stupid as-
busting my ass welding all day. I want to come in here and rip one off.
But so this fucking play. Okay, I'm gonna go in order of how fucked it was. So first, it was like they made. Have you ever heard of Mastercraft boats?
Yeah.
They're like the Cadillac of boats. They got
Okay.
like wood panels and shit. That location makes all of them for the whole fucking world.
Oh wow.
So, dude, during lockdown, this is what they did. They go, oh, you can't work because you're not essential. So they drew one blueprint, made one medical cabinet. They're like, oh, just keep going. So what happened is 80% of the welding shops are shut down. So we got all their work. So working there,
Oh.
dude, I worked there for 3 months, and they wanted you to do 80 hours a week. I was there.
For
I
the
was
same pay, like hourly or no?
yeah. Well, I mean, you get double time, but
Okay.
but it was
And
like.
you were making decent per hour.
Oh yeah, it was like I mean, it was fucking 22 an hour, but I mean, like you're working 14 hours every day, and they want you to come in on Sundays and Saturdays.
Oh fuck that.
So I was like, and for the longest time, I'm like, I was getting gaslit because I'm like, how, you guys think this is normal? Like you have no fucking, your wife's fucking somebody this whole time, you know? Like what do you?
Yeah.
So. I and then I ended up finding out the reason why they think it's normal is because there's everybody working there had DUIs. There's a fucking there's like a black dude with dreads coming in on a razor scooter to work.
Yeah.
because he didn't have a DUI.
Did it have spinners?
but like it was so they had, I'm not joking, they had surveillance and key codes for every door every 5 feet.
What is this, a James Bond movie? What the fuck?
Yeah, dude, it was like, and it would literally be like, I'm supposed to clock out at 4, so they'd be like, I'd go take a shit at 3:30. They'd be like, yeah, what were you doing in there? That took quite I'm like, you want a video, bro?
Yeah, I was
Like-
jerking off to the porn in there. You guys have it.
Yeah, you know what the. So there was that. The other, obviously the fucking overtime, and then like, what they did was like, okay. I'm sorry, man. This is a long fucking story.
No, dude, this is your
But-
podcast. This is what it is.
But what happened is, so we go through that training. This is the most fucked up thing that I found about that place was we're going through this training, and they give you this stupid, we started out in the garage doing this, and now we're rags to riches, like type shit. The name of the owner, his middle, I'm like, why is it called Gear Marie? Like, what the fuck is that? They go, oh, Gear is his middle name. Marie is his ex-wife. And I'm like, oh, fuck. That's like a old tattoo.
A stupid tattoo, yeah.
Yeah.
Because your company's getting famous.
Never name your
Wait,
company
his middle
after your
name's
old.
Gear?
His middle, yeah. Like Richard, spelled like Richard Gere. That's his
Oh.
middle name. So
That's an interesting middle name.
So here's what's crazy. I'm working there, and there was a floor manager, this guy, Scott, piece of shit. Always got on my ass because I was the only guy who spoke English. There's like 14 Mexicans blasting reggaeton,
Yeah.
But then I put on my fucking whatever hardcore metal.
Yeah.
So he's getting on my ass. I went to my manager. I'm like, how the fuck is Scott not fired here? Like he keeps like he's literally like, I'm going from like 100%, maybe 120% efficiency. Sure. I'm going from 120% efficiency to like 20,
Sorry.
So he goes, oh, you know why? Because he's the best friend of the owner. I'm like, really? He goes, yeah, I'm the lead, and I wrote him up 8 times this week. And I go, oh. And then I started walking away. He goes, yeah, you want to know why?
Wait, so this was the guy that was you were reporting to?
The guy, the floor manager was above the whole floor, and I was talking to my lead who just runs the department.
Okay.
And I was telling the department guy, I'm like, why didn't you write this fucking asshole up? And he goes, I wrote him up 8 times. And then as I'm walking away, he's like, it's the reason why Marie is his ex. I'm like, what are you talking about? He goes, yeah, he fucked his wife.
The best friend
insane.
fucked the wife.
Yeah.
He cucked him.
He cucked him, and then he hired him at his company after he fucked his wife.
Does he know about it?
Yeah.
Or is that just a rumor? He knew about it?
No, he knew. No, the whole company knew.
Wow, that's
fucking ridiculous,
That is crazy.
The never-ending cuck.
So, but here's the most savage fucking way that I left this company. So here's what happens. I get hired there, 22 an hour as a welder. They go, we can't let you weld yet because the way they do it, it's a long story. They were crooked as what happens is the boat parts that they make, they have a chemical on them so that it doesn't corrode from sea salt.
Yeah.
So when you weld on it, it looks like fucking Swiss cheese. You could be the best welder in the world. Mm-hmm. It looks like shit, and then they fill it in with paint. So basically, some motherfucker's gonna go boating, and his fucking that arch that pulls the energy, it's just gonna snap one day, because it's just fucking like the welds look like coral,
So they're pieces of shit.
They're pieces of shit, but they look nice. They're filled in with thick ass like Tin Man silver, paint.
Yeah.
So they go, yeah, you can't weld here, so we're gonna move you to the polishing department, dude. First day I'm there. You guys ever see Kingpin?
No, I haven't.
There's this. Just picture like a white trash old lady, brown teeth, a constant smoker's cough.
Yeah.
God.
And she's okay. I worked on this thing. It's called a time saver. It's the size of a fucking minivan. You ever see on the side of a magic bullet how the metal's like perfectly shiny?
What's a magic bullet?
Like the blender?
Yeah, the blender.
Yeah.
Blender that you push down.
Okay.
So what they do is you get this fucking raw piece of metal covered in oil. It goes through one sander. Then it goes through the next. The first sander just takes off the sharp parts. The next one grinds it. And the last one polishes it. Once in a while, they get stuck in there. And if you keep it running, it'll fucking ninja star out and cut someone's head off.
Jesus.
So it got stuck in there. She's training me first fucking day. She's like, oh, I'll get it out. Don't worry about it. I'm like, I don't think you're supposed to. Like, you should use another long piece of metal, like a fucking golf club, and push it through. She goes, no, I'll do it with my hand. Sucks her thumb in, breaks it in 5 places. She had like 16 stitches.
What was the sound she made?
And the whole department is like, oh, she's just having a good laugh. So, and I'm like, I don't know what the fuck.
Phil's being funny again.
Yeah,
So-
Phil, what are you doing there?
Yeah, what are you
Open
doing
mic and jokes?
So, dude, and what sucked is I took her spot because she broke her fucking thumb.
Nice.
I like she lost that part. So, and then she's got a fucking Mickey Mouse. She looked like she had Mickey Mouse gloves on because she had a cast.
Yeah.
So every day, she's got that thumbs up. So everyone's like, but so what the fuck? Anyways, I the thing that drove me nuts about her was she used to be a bartender. So when she'd get angry, she'd get 2 inches from your face, throwing her hands around like, "What the fuck are you doing? You can't do it!" And I'm like,
How was that breath?
"Oh my god, yeah!" It was like dip mixed with like old wood and Bengay. Like
What would she smoke? What were the cigarettes of choice?
Can I guess?
yeah.
Camel.
I was just about to say yeah. It was fucking.
It's always a camel.
and
Camels, people that smoke camels for a long time, their teeth are always brown.
yeah.
I don't know what it is about a camel, but I don't know. It just does it.
I think it's more natural, like
You
it's
think?
less bleached or something.
Oh, okay.
Maybe.
That makes sense.
But yeah, it'd be like a Native American smoking tobacco out of a pipe type natural,
yeah.
But I mean that's what American spirits are, right?
Americans, everyone smokes those now.
Yeah.
I'm surprised Luke didn't have a pack of American Spirits.
No, I'm all about Liggett and Myers, baby.
Aren't these like the cheap Marlboros?
I don't know. They're like $13, dude.
Really? My mom used to smoke these.
L&Ms.
So-
L&M Blues.
So here's how this fucking like job ends at this fucking place. Okay, They hired me at 22 at a 22 an hour as a welder, right? Then they go, oh, you know what? We need help in the polishing with fucking smoker cough lady, right? And dude, it was I mean, it was a panic attack. I was getting like a postal worker because the whole shop, I'm not joking, it had like a carnival roller coaster above your head. So that like when one department gets done, they send it to the next one. Dude, we were backed up like 4 weeks. And they're like, we need to get everything done by the Christmas date to get the bonuses. So they're having me come in like 20 hours on a Saturday type shit.
That's fucked.
I'm like, dude, so they moved me from welding to polishing, and I'm just like, you know what, dude? And while I'm at polishing, okay, here's the worst job there. So that was grinding.
What was like the plush job where like you didn't really have to work hard?
Just assembly. All you do is like you put like those things they when you like dock with a boat and they got you tie the rope around the thing.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, like the little they're like it's like I know what you mean.
Yeah. You would just put the screws together for that.
Oh.
So all you're doing is putting that together with your hands all day.
Can you listen? Like, can you have headphones in while you're doing this?
Oh yeah. All day I'd be listening to a pod. Well, dude, that's the other thing that drove me nuts. Every factory had different rules. It was like one place is like you can't have anything in your ears other than like earplugs. Then the next place is like, oh, you can have earplugs, but you have to have a speaker if you want music because it distracts you. Then the other place was like, you can't have a speaker or headphones. So I had this fucking, look at this shit. Look at this shit. It's a fucking boomerang. You go
Around your neck?
yeah.
So you listen to music with that thing?
Yeah. These are speakers on your fucking neck. So this comes out of you, like, so that you can't have your own speaker that they're going to be like, oh, we have to pay for it if it gets shoved in some, whatever conveyor belt. Anyway.
So you're just blasting metal in your ears.
Yeah.
That's nuts.
And you know what was the funniest thing too is like I still have a fucking iPod because I refuse to pay for streaming, so I had to buy this like it's a auxiliary syncer. So you click it, and it syncs to every fucking speaker in 10 feet. So there'd be like these like 18 Mexicans listening to fucking reggaeton music, and then I click it, and all of them goes on fucking like Hatebreed or Slipknot.
That's nuts.
So it'd be, and then the funny thing was too is like when I put on Spotify, I listen to such weird music that it would go from like Slayer to Smash Mouth to fucking.
Hey man, what's going on, dog? What's this raining blood, man? Why's it raining blood, man?
Where was gonna that song? Is that Smash Mouth?
What?
Hey now, you're an all
Yeah.
That's the only song I know from them.
Yeah, but anyway, so here's the thing I'm getting to. But so they moved me from fucking welding to grinding and then polishing. This is the worst thing for your health. What they do is there's, how
it's like chemicals probably in there.
Yeah, you know how a grinder looks?
Yeah,
like where there's a stone, right?
Mm-hmm.
This grinder it's a bunch of canvas flaps.
Oh yeah.
And you put we called it the crack rock. There'd be this Russian wax brick that you put in there, and then when you put a piece of metal in there, it turns it into like a chrome hitch. It looks all shiny and shit.
Uh-huh.
And dude, you go in there with like a Homer Simpson radiation suit with a gas mask, and dude, I had a cold for like 2 weeks because that wax. I went in the shower.
It'll coat your lungs.
Yeah, and dude, I had that suit on. It went through the suit, through my socks, through my shoes. I had fucking black feet in the fucking shower. I'm
What
like,
the fuck?
So I told him, I'm like, so this is where I quit. I go, dude, I'm not doing polishing. Like I'm gonna be dead in 3 years.
Yeah.
So I go, you got to do it because we got to reach this quota by Christmas.
Well, I quit, so fuck you.
Yeah, I go. So I go. All right. Well, I'm putting my 2 weeks in. So here's what's fucking hilarious.
You should have fucked his wife.
Yeah,
she's open.
He might have promoted me, right?
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Assistant.
You've been running the place.
It'd be Phil and Murray.
Phil Gear.
Phil. What was it called?
Yeah, Gear Marie. Yeah.
Gear Murray. It's Phil Murray now.
Yeah. So dude, here's this is the most hilarious fucking shit. You know how every HR lady is like some sassy, they look like Jersey Shore moms. They got the glitter fucking makeup still, and Botoxed up, right? So I go, I'm not doing polishing, and they go, well, you know what? We're gonna have to put you to assembly. I'm like, okay, put me to assembly because you're not letting me fucking weld. It's like, well, we're gonna have to pay you $15 an hour. I'm like, okay, you moved me from welding to grinding to polishing, now to assembly.
Yeah.
I'm not fucking polishing.
Yeah.
You get this through your head.
Yeah.
So they moved me to assembly for the last 2 weeks. And dude, here's what happens. The boss gives out turkeys for Christmas. I took like 3 of those because I guess some Mexican people don't even eat them.
Oh, really?
So we fucking made one for my cats. They just fucking because my wife's like, this won't even fit in our fridge.
Yeah, just give it to the cats.
It was so funny. Why? Because they thought it was like one of their family carcass. Just, what is this?
They're like, holy shit, you cooked Steve.
Yeah, dude, and the next morning after they went at it like vultures, the whole house smelled like cat farts, man.
Oh, Jesus.
But
what's a cat fart smell like?
It smells like when you get like turkey slices at the deli.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Like distinct fucking. Anyways, so here's what happens. I'm fucking quitting. You know who they put in that polish room? The fucking HR lady.
That's funny.
They're like, we need to reach this fucking quota. So this bitch with, all dazzled up with Botox and glitter makeup, they fucking put her in a radiation suit.
Now she has black feet.
Yeah, dude. Oh my god. But that is the worst. Other than that, I did have one office job because I had a bachelor's degree, but I couldn't find any jobs that welding paid more than any fucking job I looked for with degrees.
Really?
So I worked at a.
Yeah, you don't seem like a white collar type guy.
I couldn't handle.
Where'd you go to college?
I went to Eastern Illinois.
Oh wow!
And I couldn't fucking handle. I couldn't handle the office life. Like I took one of those like. So I graduated 2009 when the stock market crashed. Mm-hmm. So I took one of those like personality tests. It said that I would either be the best lawyer or salesman.
I could see you in a litigation,
a court of law. Where'd you take that test? Facebook?
No, dude. Like the fucking the college counselor had me take it.
Really?
Like, yeah.
Wow.
I mean, now I couldn't do it like the way I look right now. Like there's no one's gonna want to buy a.
Bro,
fucking...
if you're my lawyer, I see you walking, I'm like, I'm going to jail,
dude.
This is a speeding ticket. I'm going to jail.
Yeah, dude. No, but I really would go for like, dude. When I graduated, I was so. I've always been a jack of all trades. So, dude, when I realized like this degree doesn't get me anywhere, I went to fucking Triton. I took a security guard certificate. I passed a real estate exam, but I didn't know anybody who owns a firm. So it was just like, and then welding paid the most. But I did work at a. Have you heard of C.H. Robinson?
No.
I think I've heard
What's
of that. Logistics,
a
trucking company.
Yeah, dude, it's there's so many comedians I know that went through there because they just fucking, it's a revolving door there.
What is it?
It's logistics. You're literally stalking. Logistics is a fancy name for stalking truckers all day. That's all you do. You call in, yo, where's the load? How long it's going to take you to be there? Like all that. You're a third party that's keeping. I didn't know it at the time, but I worked at the same office that Adam Quaslow worked.
Oh, okay.
And then I don't know if you know Winslow Dumaine.
No,
he's another comic, but he I haven't seen him a lot. He's like one of those people that's like one showcase a month or something, or out of state. But yeah. Anyways, sorry, that was a long that was the shittiest fucking job.
Wow, I forgot what I even asked you.
Yeah.
What was the shittiest job? That was the question.
He just told us.
I mean, I did do like, I have worked everywhere. I have literally worked everywhere.
Did you ever work fast food restaurants?
That was my first job. I worked at Al's Beef in Park Ridge.
Really? What do you think's better, Portillo's or Al's?
I think Bona beef.
Really?
I
You're
like
Bona
Bona
guy.
I like Bona.
Yeah.
I feel like the sandwiches. I feel like they don't put a lot of meat in the sandwiches.
I always order extra, and then I love that they fucking baptize that shit.
Yeah,
that's what I love.
I've always been a Portillo's guy.
I like Portillo's, but it's
Portillo's has gone down, but it used to be really good.
Yeah, it's like the shit that I like at Portillo's. I know they're like the beef I like at Bona. The hot dogs I love Gene and Jude's. Mm-hmm. The fucking hamburgers I'll just go to like Kuma's or something.
Yeah.
So I don't know, man.
You like Kuma's, don't you? All the band names.
I do.
When you get the Black Sabbath burger.
My favorite is Plague Bringer.
I've never even been to Kuma's. I just know it's like good burgers, and they name them after like bands.
Did you know how they name them?
No, I've never been to Kuma's.
Kuma's is all they won like all these fucking awards, like literally Guy Fieri level hamburger.
Okay. Yeah.
And it's funny because like yuppie people go there, but there's like death metal playing.
Where's it at?
There's one in Schaumburg and one in the city.
Oh, okay. I'll check that out.
You said he's been there?
Guy Fieri's been there.
Oh, I thought you meant Luke's been there.
No, and the diners, driving and dives.
Yeah.
Yeah, they did it.
Yeah, so they won the best. But yeah, there's like always death metal music. So there's like guys coming back from a fucking golf outing that they got to put up with fucking,
death metal.
Yeah. And no, what's funny how they started out is like they would have like the Impossible Burger. It's vegan but it's called the Converge because the singer of Converge is vegan.
Oh, okay.
Or they had fucking the Slayer, which they have like I forgot what the fuck they put on there, but it's because the singer's Colombian, so it's like pineapple or some shit. Or like Judas Priest has fruit on there because the singer's fruity. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, that
like
makes
shit
sense.
like that. But no, it's fucking.
Have you had Au Cheval before?
The what?
Au Cheval.
No.
That's supposed to be like a really good burger.
That's good.
Oh.
Yeah. With the
It's
little
like-
frogwa on top.
it's like a fancy burger place.
It's delish.
Mm.
I heard it's good.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Check that out. Oh,
You know what's funny is like where I grew up in Chicago. You guys seen the movie Casino?
Yes.
Yeah.
You know when they hand off the money and it goes to Chicago, because that movie is about Chicago mob, just in Vegas.
Yeah.
I went to the same high school as the guy who was the head of the mob,
Oh, really?
and during football camp, dude, that's when I lost the most fucking weight. Because I mean, it was fucking pure anorexia. But
Yeah,
when
like-
I graduated 8th grade, I was like 240. I had fucking man tits.
Mhm.
I took football camp, and because they had all these mob ties, they would cater just Italian beef. So we just fucking like just squats,
Went to town.
and scrimmages, and eating Italian beef, dude.
That's
Like,
awesome.
It was fucking great, and I went down to 180 over.
Oh
summer.
yeah, dude. Because you guys, like I played football my whole life, so it's
Yeah.
like you do 2-a-days in the summer. and
Yeah.
you're getting shredded.
Yeah.
Just out there in those pads.
Yeah, dude. Did you play anything?
I played football.
What position were you guys?
I played tight end.
Were
Was
you?
linebacker.
Yeah, I was always tackle, and I didn't
D
fucking
tackle or offensive tackle? D probably.
D. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I never knew any, because it was like, to me it was like, because it's defensive, I didn't even fucking pay attention to the plays.
Yeah, it's just like get to the ball.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I remember the most cringe shit in football though that I remember was they always just, it didn't even matter if he was fucking good. They were just like, make the most obese guy the center, right?
Right.
Yeah.
And you remember
Make his
this-
life hell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because nobody's gonna move him.
Yeah.
It's like sumo wrestling, you know.
Uh,
But I remember this guy's. He was like 500 pounds. His name was Athanasius. He ate fucking euros all the time, and
yeah, he's Greek.
he. Do you know those things they had? I don't know what they're called. Like they come out of your shoulder pads.
Oh, the neck roll?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He had that shit.
The
and
collar.
yeah.
Yeah,
Where it was.
What
Yeah.
where-
What is it called? Yeah.
where
I
it's
think
whatever.
a
There's
collar.
different. Yeah. It's so your head doesn't get snapped back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he fucking like something happened where right when he snapped, they had like the fastest charger just go at him.
Yeah.
Because I think they were like doing a punt, so he was just trying to get the ball before they punt it,
Yeah.
before he snaps it.
Uh-huh.
He fucking pinched his like neck fat in between the helmet and that thing,
Ooh.
and it was just like black purple.
Ugh.
It was, and I think he passed out, man. Like,
Yeah, that's bad.
It's disgusting.
That has to hurt.
yeah, it was messed up.
Were you a sports guy growing up, or just?
Obviously being in a family that calls you fat every fucking morning.
Uh-huh.
Like, I played every fucking. So it was like I played almost. Yeah, I was a jack of all trades with sports. I did like football.
Yeah, football's obviously the best.
Yeah, I mean, I played that from like 3rd grade to high school.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was always defensive tackle or just some.
Line.
Yeah.
On the line, offensive. Yeah. When you're just like you were a big kid, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they just throw you on the line.
And I just like I was like in peak. I was in shape. I was like muscular, but I just didn't run fast.
Yeah.
That's for the black kids on the team. No, but
Yeah.
But I was just it was funny because like the first sport my mom put me in was baseball.
Uh-huh.
I'm like, dude, I'm sorry, baseball is the most retarded fucking sport to me.
Yeah.
I'm just like-
now I feel like I like it more because I played as a kid and I was just kind of like, baseball's whatever. But like now as I'm getting older, I kind of like it. Like I like watching.
I like watching, and I'll be honest, like it's probably the most fun thing to play. Like if you get like a
Yeah, like a softball game or something.
I wish we got like a comedian softball league.
Oh, they do.
Oh my god, that would be terrible, dude.
They have it.
Comedians are the least athletic people.
But that's the reason why I would want it, because I had like old Italian friends from that neighborhood who would have softball, but they'd be like, dude, you'd be fucking around the whole time because you're Phil. You'd be goofing off, and they're taking it seriously, whatever. Not to
And they play with the big. It's like actually kind of soft.
Yeah,
that one. Yeah.
It looks like a fucking mitt that's just rolled. You know, and to be honest, I wish there was a fucking kickball league because that's
kickball's cool.
Yeah, but what was it? What was I saying? Yeah, so she signed me up for baseball, and dude, I didn't learn English till I was like 10. So I'm just like, can you imagine like a Polak being like, oh, so you hit this with stick, then you run to this pillow, and do I run back? Like, I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. It was horrible. I was humiliated. And then she put me in like basketball, which I did like because it was the prime of the Bulls.
Yeah.
I mean, I was in the fucking the Chicago day camp I was in. They fucking took us to Bulls games. I mean, it was nosebleed
that's cool.
seats, but it was like in their prime.
Yeah, you're there. You're seeing Jordan.
Yeah. I still have my ticket because that's the one thing, everybody has like a quirky collection.
Yeah.
I collected every ticket of every fucking event I've ever went to. And
I save every single one of my comedy checks.
Oh, nice.
Because I think they're cool to like look back on.
So you just like virtually deposit?
I virtually deposit, then I have, they're like in my nightstand. I just have like some of them.
Did you frame your first one or whatever?
I mean, I could.
Yeah.
I haven't.
I got my first whatever the fuck it was, like $20 from Khalil booking me at Red Room or whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, baseball, basketball. Then I got into soccer. Obviously, every Polak loves soccer.
Soccer's the worst.
Yeah, soccer.
Soccer.
I played soccer when I was a real little kid, and the only reason that I played is because my dad signed my older brother up.
Yeah.
And he showed up to like the first practice, and he's like, "Fuck this, I don't want to play." So my dad took the jersey off him and just threw it on me and told me to go out there. No one gives a fuck.
Dude, I still love soccer. I know it's Polish as fuck.
Dude.
To me it's just like hockey for somebody who can't skate. Like
I've never got into hockey. I don't even know the rules of hockey.
I'm such a nerd that I got into hockey because I started playing NHL 2K during fucking like lockdown on Xbox. But dude, skating is.
There's a hockey player that does comedy now in Chicago, Scott Darling.
Dude, my wife works with his with his mom.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm not joking because she talks about him all the time.
Yeah. He came out to one of my shows recently.
Yeah, that's fucking hilarious.
Damn, dude.
Small world, man.
Fan base that big?
Fan base is getting out there.
Fan base.
I'm selling tickets.
Stupid.
I'm selling 35 tickets.
Yeah, dude, you're moving ticks.
But yeah. Once I got into football, that was a shit. But the weird thing, I don't know if this is a Polish fucking thing, but I never fucking really liked watching football.
Really?
Yeah,
I love watching football.
Like literally
football's the best sport to watch.
Oh yeah, fantasy football. Do you play fantasy football?
No, I never tried it. I don't even know how to do it.
That's so much fun.
I like UFC the most after I did jiu-jitsu.
Yeah, see, everyone's getting a lot into UFC. I just can't like pay for it. Like I don't want to pay to see the good fight.
Yeah.
That's the part. It's like football. You turn it on. It's on whatever, like Fox or CBS or whatever.
Yeah.
But like, if I want to see John Jones fight, I have to fucking pay. What is it, $80 or something like that to watch a fight?
Yeah. Fuck.
Just go to the strip club.
Yeah, you go
That's
to
what
a bar,
everybody does.
but it's like sometimes it's like I don't know. I'm just like I kind of just want to turn it on.
Yeah, I don't want to be around some drunks being like. I used to like. I worked at one shop where they would always go to B-dubs.
I hate B-dubs.
I don't mind it, but it's just like everybody there is a fucking asshole, bro, and they're watching UFC, so they're getting drunk and wanting to get into a fight.
Yeah, that's the thing about all these UFC fans now. Everyone is like a fighter now.
Yeah.
It has to be one of the most popular sports in America. Well, actually, all over the world, probably.
I didn't like UFC at first because I just thought there's so much fucking grappling. I'm like, this is basically one level away from gay porn.
Yeah.
But then when I got into jiu-jitsu and I realized like the legend of it and what's awesome about it, I was like, this shit's fucking amazing.
How long you been doing jiu-jitsu?
I only did it for like 2 years during So
what belt are you?
I only got like one stripe on a white belt.
Oh,
so you
suck? No, I'm kidding.
I mean, but the other thing.
You can probably fucking choke me out.
Well, the thing that fucking sucks is the gym that I went to. It had a lot of shady shit where they would like, how do I put it? Like I could fucking maybe be whatever. I don't know if it's blue that's next or purple.
I think it's white, yellow.
That's in karate.
Oh, I did karate as a kid.
Yeah, it's different for jiu-jitsu, but the point is, like, I could potentially be blue, but they charge you when they promote you.
Yeah.
They're like, you got to pay like fucking $300.
Someone was telling me he does. Someone used to do it, and it's like to get your black belt. It's like a monthly thing at the gym. It's like you pay this much a month, and then once you get to the next belt, then it's like a more per month.
Yeah,
it's fucked up. He was saying if you want to become a black belt, like a black belt with like 2 notches or whatever. I don't know.
2 stripes.
2 stripes. It's like $1,200 a month.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah,
Why?
That's why I'm just like I can't fucking I mean,
that's an expensive hobby. It's like doing coke.
Yeah, dude. It's and not to mention like like what happened to me is like the average, if you Google this, like average jiu-jitsu gym is like $150 a month.
Yeah,
that's like the lowest.
That's like to start out. Yeah,
and I was paying $90, but that was only because I was going like twice a week. I couldn't handle it like every day.
Yeah,
but then like okay, so you pay $150 a month, break your fucking ankle, you have that whole month paid. You don't get it back.
Yeah,
and you don't know how long it's gonna take to heal, and it was just like. Dude, you know the funny thing.
And how do you do you like make money? Can you like go into like a tournament and make money?
Yeah, they do have tournaments, and the thing that I loved the most was like if you were like my level where you're only there for 6 months, they have a special tournament for those people who are beginners.
Oh,
so I knew I was like, dude, because I'm not paying extra, I'm gonna fucking kill somebody.
Yeah.
But there's a bunch of shit that I didn't like. I mean, obviously the money. The other thing is, the injuries, and then I'll be honest, the thing that sucked the most, I was the heaviest guy there,
and there's no weight class, is there?
Or
do they just pair you up with a guy similar?
They pair you up with somebody. I think there is a weight class. I never went to the tournament, so I don't know it. But there was another guy who was as heavy as me, but a foot shorter. He was a Russian dude, and dude, he was a fucking grizzly bear, man. So like when we spar. You do 2-minute rounds. Like you're there for like an hour, but you're doing 2-minute rounds with every fucking player. I went with this fucking guy, and he's just like, really? That's what you're going to do? You're going like he's just roasting me while I'm trying to like choke him out. He's like, okay, it's time to go with the big boys, and he just like whipped me. He like fucking straight up like the way you like suplex someone over your head. That's what he did to me.
That's crazy. Yeah, those Russian guys. What's that part of Russia where all like Khabib's from? It's like Dagestan.
I know what you're talking about. It's something Stan, not Kazakhstan.
Something like that. But all those guys, don't they like wrestle bears?
Oh, dude, there's a metalcore band called Slaughter to Prevail. And
what the fuck is up with all these metal band names, dude? They're all fucked up,
dude. They're all jacked like UFC guys. And in the video, he's wrestling a bear, and it's a live bear. They have a video where he's just and the thing he did was he put like steak blood all over his chest so that the bear would be more aggressive with him. The only thing that's kind of like cheating, I think the bear was like toothless, so he's kind of trained to like not
just
bite.
Gumming him.
Yeah,
but I bet just the jaw force can fuck you up from a bear.
Yeah.
And the claws are because I think when bears like attack something, I think what they do is they like hit it first, and then they get on top of it and they crush it.
Yeah.
That's like their thing. They crush and then they eat it.
Well, that bear claw. I mean, it's like that fucking Velociraptor nail in fucking Jurassic Park.
Yeah, it'll fuck you up.
That was the other thing. Fucking Hawaii. We went to where Jurassic Park and Jumanji were filmed.
Oh, that's cool. Was Kevin Hart there?
He wasn't there.
Was The Rock?
Yeah, he was swinging from the trees.
Jesus Christ, Phil.
No. Hey man, it was Jumanji. It was dude, it's so fucking beautiful when you see it up close. But anyway, we were talking about jiu-jitsu. You know what's funny
is The Rock's from Hawaii, right?
I don't know. I mean, I know he's Samoan, which is where they're kind of from, like Samoan.
He's probably, I bet he goes there, he's like fucking the man.
Oh yeah.
Well, he's the man everywhere, but
yeah.
Like there specifically.
You know, but you know what, the thing that I like really respected was like So before I went there, I was looking for a mic to do there, and I was like,
"You can do comedy in Hawaii."
How's the scene in Hawaii?
Oh, dude, I bet comedy there is terrible.
Dude, yeah, and what happened is like like the fucking how they have that Excel sheet for Chicago.
Yeah,
there's this app. It's called like Pobblewonk. So they have like every fucking directory of every city in the U.S.
Yeah.
So I went and looked there, and there's this fucking mic that they shut down during lockdown, so I had to track down. Anyways, long story short, I tracked this woman down, and she's like, oh, yeah, we do it on Fridays at this cafe. And then I was going to go, and they're like, oh, yeah, everyone's Zooming in. So it's a fucking internet cafe.
Zoom, Mike?
Yeah, it was
Sounds terrible. And have you ever done a Zoom show?
No, I wasn't even really doing comedy at the time. Like I started I did like a few open mics before the pandemic, and then everything shut down, and then I started after. So I never really I never had the I never was like, oh, I gotta do stand up. I'm like, I don't even really do stand up, like during the pandemic.
Yeah, and I can't imagine I don't want to name names, but you know what I'm talking about, like people who do not have any fucking punchlines doing a Zoom mic.
Yeah,
it just sounds like a really weird therapy session,
Yeah.
But yeah, it pissed me. I'm like, I could have just fucking Zoomed in from Chicago and said I was in Hawaii.
So I have the green screen right here.
Yeah,
you could have just put some palm trees behind you.
Yeah, I didn't do that shit.
But what do they have to really complain about in Hawaii? Because a lot of stand up is just you're kind of complaining. You're kind of like
yeah. So
what do you ever go outside and it's 85 degrees outside and sunny?
Yeah,
it's like, what the fuck do you talk about?
You ever go outside and it's 82 degrees outside? Doesn't that suck?
Don't you guys hate? Don't you guys hate when you walk outside and a coconut hits you in the head?
I think one of the jokes I said was I get really annoyed by everybody there greets you with aloha and then with mahalo, which is you say thank you, you say mahalo.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, oh, I got kind of annoyed by aloha, but the first aloha I got was my wife saying hello there to my chode, but it was in her mouth.
Oh yeah.
So,
aloha.
Yeah.
Aloha.
But the other thing too is I was it would be kind of badass. So one of the Hawaiian symbols is this fish hook. You ever see Samoans with the fucking tribal sleeves?
Yeah.
They have this fish hook that's a Hawaiian symbol. So I'm like, dude, it'd be badass to get this tattooed by a Hawaiian. And they're like, dude, it's the size of one of these. One of my hands. They're like, oh yeah, it's like Chicago prices. Chicago's expensive, right? I'm like, yeah. How much? $600
to get a tattoo.
Yeah, I'm like, dude, I got both hands for $200. What are you fucking talking about?
Really?
Chicago prices, but
yeah. How the fuck do they know?
Yeah. You're fucking island bound, bro. So no, but anyways, what I respected that they just there's all this political and PC shit going on in inland America. None of that is over there. Nobody.
Really?
Yeah, because
there's no BLM in Hawaii.
There's no B in Hawaii. It's 2%.
Yeah.
So it was just because I was telling her, I want to do this mic, but people are nicer there. I'm like, so I do a little bit vulgar stuff, and she told me to do some of them. So I'm like, I'm gonna go off with the white hating shit, just white jokes. And she literally asked me, she's like, why are you doing jokes hating on your own race? I'm like, oh, I don't know, because I'm used to the Lincoln Lodge, and that's what everybody does there.
Yeah.
So did you guys hear about Bill 1.52A? Like that.
Yeah.
So it's just none of that drama is over there. And then even when you turn on the radio, it's all Hawaiian bands, Hawaiian rap, rapping about how great it is to be on an island. It's weird. It's literally a different country.
Did you go to Alua?
To where?
Alua?
Oh, where they dance and everything?
Yeah.
No, I didn't. Those were really expensive. And dude, so here's what's fucking amazing. The party does not. I forgot to mention this. When you go to this resort, and dude, this is what's fucking $700 round trip. You go to this resort, and what they did is you ever see 50 First Dates or no, not 50 First Dates. Forgetting Sarah Marshall.
Yes.
No, I haven't.
I've seen that.
It was all filmed on that resort.
Oh shit.
And it's here's what it is. There's this middle that's kind of what is it called? Corporatized. They got Gucci and Versace fucking stores. But then they have a bar in a pool. There's a band that plays there every fucking night from 4 p.m. to 3 a.m. I learn how to fall asleep with bands blasting because you could hear it through the windows. But there's 5 huge buildings around this fucking resort, and just the party never stops. We were on the 14th floor. with a balcony. You see all the fucking volcanoes. And like the more yuppie hotel, because I think each building is like based on how much you can afford.
Yeah, of course.
So like
that's how it is everywhere.
But I mean, it was like a very small difference. It was weird. It was like, if you're in this building, you don't get hot towels, but in this building you do. But it's the same room.
Oh yeah.
So it's real small, like curve or whatever. But right on our balcony, I mean, with my binoculars, you could see the whole fucking luau ceremony and shit.
Oh, that's cool.
So that was awesome.
So you stole it.
Yeah.
It's like you're stealing cable.
Yeah. And the other thing that was weird was like they really fucking hate smoking. Like you cannot smoke anywhere.
No cigs.
Really?
Yeah. I couldn't like you could
But they're pretty weed friendly over there, right?
I didn't see a lot of weed, to be honest.
Huh.
I didn't see a lot of, and I was like, but the one thing is the one like plague they have is like a shit ton of white people do opiates there because they have Narcan everywhere.
Oh yeah. Well, how much better do you want it to be?
That's what I was gonna say. Like if you're fucking you're laying back on a recliner, perfect weather, you got a pina colada in one hand, how much higher do you have to get?
Yeah, it's like, dude, you're already achieving what a Percocet does.
Yeah.
You're already feeling fantastic.
Yeah, but I appreciate the people that want to take it to the next level. They want to push the envelope.
Yeah.
See what island living's really about.
Let me show you guys with your fucking happiness. I'm gonna do some angel dust,
Yeah.
But I was trying to, like, we were talking about vapes earlier. I was like trying to write a bit about how like people always hate on meth, but I'm sure if they made like I love coffee, if they made like a vape with like espresso flavored meth, I might give it a shot.
Yeah.
Right.
There's something.
But
there.
I don't know. What's funny? You were talking about like jujitsu earlier. Is that I had Dylan. I mean, I mentioned this before, but I had Dylan on here. Mahler. I didn't know if he's like Dylan Mahler.
Dude, he used to be fucking jacked.
Yeah, he was a wrestler. Right?
Yeah.
And what's funny is I had him on here, and I was just telling him like, be funny is like if we book shows out of state, it'd be cool because at the time, I was offering the jerks that I would like, because dude, being in a band, I toured all over the fucking Midwest. I was just amazing at booking. It's that sales side of me, And
yeah, you're great for it, according to Facebook.
So I fucking so I was telling him, I'm like, yo, dude, if I book you on these shows, you mind if I open for you? Like, I'll do the work and whatever. And I'm like, it'd be funny for like, how like Bert Kreischer and Tom Segura make like these pre-tour like videos.
Yeah.
I was telling him, I'm like, dude, we should roll at a gym, and then in between each chokehold, we like say a one-liner to the camera. He's like, why? I would fucking kill you. I would fucking kill you, bro. And it just like, it was so funny because it went from like us shooting the shit to just like me and him debating wrestling versus jiu-jitsu.
Right.
Yeah.
So what do you think? Do you think jiu-jitsu fucks up?
This is the truth that Dylan agreed with, and my other friend, my buddy Mike, who I know, he's kind of like it's kind of like that friendship of like his girlfriend is my wife's best friend, so we had to be friends.
Yeah.
That's tough.
And he's obsessed with wrestling, and we got to this bottom. Number
like
one,
professional or like real.
He not like WWF, like fucking Greco-Roman, shit, And we got to this fucking. We realized the reason why we were screaming at each other is because his definition of badass is different from mine. His definition is who looks more jacked is badass. A jiu-jitsu guy will beat a wrestler. If they have a street fight, a jiu-jitsu guy will fucking take him out.
Yeah.
But a wrestler is in more physical shape.
Yeah, because wrestling's not about like putting the guy out.
Yeah, it's literally you just pin him.
Yeah.
And that's it. All jiu-jitsu is submissions.
Yeah, it's about taking him out. Wrestling's just like I can hold you down, and jiu-jitsu's like I could choke you out.
Yeah.
So it's like that's.
And to me, it was more badass to have like a Wario fucking body and be able to kick your ass.
Mm-hmm.
So that was like that's the fucking whatever the conclusion that we came to, that like wrestlers fucking lift way more, but jiu-jitsu is like I guess it's called like anaerobic, where you're like breathing, dude. I used to breathe. This is so. The first 3 days that I took that jiu-jitsu shit, I threw up in my mouth every fucking time. Like I had to run to a trash can because you're spiking your fucking blood pressure up immediately. And then the other times, you're breathing so fast. You ever have like when you get like strep throat, you cough up like those phlegm rocks?
Yeah.
Yeah. I
That's
had
bad.
that all the time, dude.
Really?
It's fucking yeah. But the last time I did jujitsu, I tried to get back into it 3 months ago. I got fucking Adriel in it. Did you know
Adriel's
that?
doing
Yeah.
jujitsu?
Yeah, so
How?
So what's funny is
He just feels it, man.
so I didn't. There's just so much shit. You guys let me know when we end this because I could go on forever. But in lockdown, half my family died off, and so I kind of took jujitsu for mental health because I was like, I don't want to fucking be these SoundCloud rappers dying from Xanax or something. You
Yeah.
know, I'm like, I'm gonna fucking go through this
Like
a
your
fucking-
family like got COVID, or like your family was just like doing a lot of drugs during.
No, 3 people died from COVID. 1 died from just old age, and then my mom died from ALS.
Damn.
Oh, fuck.
So, yeah, it was fucking dude. It messes you up. Like me and my brother are the ones left.
Damn.
So, but
Are you guys pretty close?
we're close now. We had to go to fucking. We go to therapy because she spoiled the shit out of him. She was a fucking cunt to me.
Are you the
Oh,
older
yeah.
one?
Yeah.
Okay, that's so he was the youngest kid.
Yeah. I mean, so
Like, how would she spoil him over you?
well, she just like he like anything that he would fuck up, anything that he would do was okay. She would like get his. I mean, he could fucking like be a pedophile, and she'd back him up.
Yeah.
And with me, it was like you have to get straight A's. Okay, I get straight A's. Well, what do you expect? Reward? You're supposed to get the rate. You know, like type
Yeah.
shit. Like the worst thing she did was she. This is the biggest mind fuck for me was, and I've told this before. My brother's gonna be pissed, but I don't care.
Does he listen?
I don't. I think sometimes because he has
Yeah.
his own YouTube channel. He's a gamer, so he has all these like gamer nerd type.
Oh, okay.
But no, what happened is so the way epilepsy works is with sleep epilepsy, you know, because you only get it in your sleep, you have to trigger it with something. So you guys could have epilepsy in your genes, but you just haven't had like a concussion to trigger it. What happened to me is I was sleep deprived and I drank like a gallon of vodka from a concert that I went to.
Yeah.
So that was my first. And once that first one happened, it was a domino effect, like having a seizure
Fuck.
every fucking other day. And for the longest time,
What is the seizure like? How does it feel?
so I don't even care if I'll stop giving these disclaimers because I said this. What happened? So most people they get this thing. It's called an aura, where you feel like, you know that feeling when you take like edibles and it hits you.
Yeah.
You get that for like 5 minutes, and then most people just black out. Like it's like time traveling. They just pass out and they wake up somewhere. Mine was rare because I would pass out from the pain. Like all my fucking muscles would cramp at this, every muscle. I mean, literally, it was like I was possessed. Like my fucking jaw would go like this. I always tell people it was like the hand of God squeezing the life out of me.
Yeah.
And
That's scary.
yeah, it was fucking horrible. I mean, I would like you always bite your tongue. Sometimes you shatter your teeth. But what happened is I had it for like my mom started telling me that I'm faking it for attention, that I'm full of shit.
Holy
and she'd
fuck.
she started taking my pills. And so I started having them more. Like, you know, once you get like how, like, I don't know if you know this, you guys know about SSRIs?
Yeah, what are they?
Prozac and shit.
Yeah. They
You're
make your
supposed to-
dick don't work, right?
It lowers your libido, yeah.
Make your dick don't work good. Huh?
Yeah.
I take Zoloft,
Mhm.
and it actually worked well because instead of coming in 3 minutes, it takes like 14.
Oh, that's awesome.
So-
Can I get some?
But you know what's crazy is the first 2 weeks of Zoloft, I was like jagging off like 9 times a day.
Why?
It was I don't know why. For some reason some people it works different on every person. I had people, bro. My problem when I first took SSRIs was I couldn't sleep for days. So I had to go on. I'm on literally half of what they prescribed the lowest dose. It's the size of a fucking like pepper. That
Really?
thing, yeah. But then I worked with people at factories that they can't stop sleeping. So when they take 15-minute breaks, they take a 15-minute nap. They knock out right away. I'm like, this is the guy driving a forklift.
They sleep for 15 minutes.
Yeah. It was fucking crazy. They never got sleep because it made them drowsy. But yeah, see, like, so it's different for everybody. For me, a seizure, I'd start feeling a cramp in my left butt cheek because I guess it's part of, you know how like the brain, like this part controls your left or your right, whatever.
Yeah.
And then I just started cramping up, choking, my whole body, like whatever. And then, dude, the next day or two, you can't have a conversation. You feel like you're the most hangover you've ever been, you know?
Yeah.
So, so this is why it's fucked up with my mom. 5 years go by, my brother has his trigger. He fucking gets in a car accident and the airbag didn't go off. So he hit his head against the steering wheel.
Jesus.
And he has the exact same condition as me. And suddenly, oh, now I believe, you know.
Oh, yeah.
So it was
That's fucked.
Yeah, it was fucked. But I don't know where the fuck. Oh, I was talking about how like, yeah, I was doing jujitsu for like mental health shit because I didn't want to go on any of these fucking. My therapist was like, he's like, dude, you need a psychiatric evaluation because you had 5 people fucking die in your family. And
that's traumatic.
Yeah, but I mean, it all got, dude. I'm telling you that jujitsu is the best feeling in the world. Like you just choke. It doesn't matter if you're choking someone out or you're getting choked out. It's the like Alex Jones style. You know, I love. I'm kind of retarded and love getting choked out. You know, like,
yeah.
But yeah, it's. Anyways, you guys care if I get into this interview shit, or are you guys like?
No, get into the interview.
Yeah, get into the interview.
I mean, I was just gonna go
get Luke going first. I feel like he needs to chime in more on this episode.
Yeah. Jess was going off on me how like, Phil, so you have a podcast where you just invite somebody and talk the whole fucking time. Like,
no, that's why you have a podcast, because you like talking, you know?
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, like, so like, okay, so I mean, I guess for both of you guys, like, what on both sides, what do you think made you guys both get into comedy?
I liked public speaking always. Even in grade school, I was really into public speaking.
Did you like debate class?
I never was in debate, but I took a speech class, I think my junior year in high school. I liked that. I liked like the feeling of like feeling really present when I was giving the presentation. And then I did it in college. I took multiple speech classes in college. I always liked giving presentations in all my classes. And then when I was a junior in college, I was like, what do I want to do? Like, what if I could do whatever I want, what would I do? And I was like, oh, being a comedian would be cool. That would be really cool.
That's so funny that you were into speeches, because the first time I saw you, you had those like round glasses.
Yeah.
And you totally looked like an Indiana Jones Nazi. I love telling the speeches.
Thank you, I guess. I'll take that as a compliment. And no, I just like doing that. And then finally, it was DJ and I went to the old comedy shrine.
Oh, Ripsky?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know you guys like went up, like you started together.
Yeah, we started together. And we went there with it being in my mind that I was going to go up. And then I got there and I was like, dude, I can't do this. I can't do it. He ends up going up. And you know, like how every first timer, they're like, everyone's nice and, you know, they laugh. So he has like a awesome set. I'm like, oh my God, dude, that was like so cool. I can't believe you did that. I felt shitty. It was like the worst week of my life. Just feeling like
because
terrible.
he did well.
Yeah. Feeling if he did terrible, I'd be like, I'm smart, dude. I'm smart for not going up. But that week, I was just feeling so bad about myself and like, oh my God, I should have done that. And then the next week I went up and it was just the best feeling I ever had. And
do you know what club it was? The first one you guys?
Comedy Shrine, the original Comedy Shrine.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, it was so much fun. That room was so cool. It was just the coolest introduction to comedy. And I was like, yeah, dude, I'll do this. Like maybe, you know, once a week I'll do it. And then after I did it the first time, I was like, oh, this is definitely what I want to do. So that was really cool. And then I got to meet everybody, and I was like, this was a mistake. After I met all the open micers, I was like, oh my God, what did I do?
Do you want to name them?
Yeah, I don't know if we have enough time.
Yeah.
But no. Yeah, that was my origin story.
What do you think, like when you were like, what do you think like was your top like when you first started? I always ask, what do you think was your top 3 influences where like this is why I want to do comedy because these 3 make me laugh and shit.
I watched Sam Kinison. I remember watching Sam Kinison, Tom Segura, and Louis C.K. Those are the guys that I was like watching when I first started, and I was like, this is so cool. These guys are so funny. Sam Kinison, I was watching his like first special that he did at the Comedy Store in like the early 90s, maybe late 80s.
Yeah.
And I just was like, the whole showbiz and putting on an awesome show was just so cool to me, and it was just like that awesome LA, like old LA. I guess it's not really old LA, but that like LA vibe in the Comedy Store. Yeah, it was awesome.
Did you what was I gonna say? Fuck. You said Louis, and who else was
Louis? I was watching like Tom Segura.
Yeah. I was gonna say, do you think, because I fucking loved before like 2 years before I started doing stand up, I loved old Tom Segura. I feel like I don't like his new shit. I don't know.
Honestly, I do still like his new shit. I liked his old shit. Like I'm sure I've seen all of his specials.
Yeah, his albums are really good. The Thrilled album is one of my favorite albums.
Yeah,
I love that album.
But that's kind of like the old stuff,
yeah. That's
right?
his first one. Yeah. But no, now I feel like you can really see how he like changed over time. You know, he went from more of like, I'm gonna say something silly to I'm going to tell more stories, and now that he's older and he has like a family and kids, now he's just talking about that. And he still has some of the silly aspect, but it's mostly mostly stories.
Yeah,
the name of his special. But I like what he's doing, and I like how he's evolved. I think he's evolved because as a comedian, I feel like you have to kind of evolve with your life. You know, you can't.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, there are comics that just tell like jokey jokes, and it's just like. But I kind of like the more people that kind of it's more personal. You know.
Yeah.
I don't like,
which is usually like story.
Yeah.
Comic, right?
Yeah. So I mean, you could do like jokes that are personal, but I feel like
it's hard to
what
be
he's
personal
doing
and do one-liners like Mitch Hedberg style. You know.
Yeah, exactly. So I feel like what he's doing is it's very fun. I like Tom Segura now, and I liked him then too.
Yeah.
But he's evolved, and I think it's really cool to see how a comedian can change over time.
He was my absolute favorite. Like when I first saw Completely Normal and Mostly Stories, I felt like because he went from like fat dork to like once he started hanging out with Rogan and like those like lifting and losing weight shit, I feel like he got cocky. And then he broke his fucking arm and it put him back in his place.
Yeah.
You know, but I don't know. I watched that. Did you see that newest one?
Yeah, Sledgehammer.
Yeah, I just like.
You didn't like it?
I watched it like a half hour and I just couldn't get into it, man. Really? I don't know.
I liked it.
I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I like that theater that he shot it in, dude.
Yeah.
That's the Celebrity Theater in Phoenix. Yeah. It's such a sick, because it's like a big theater, but it feels intimate.
You know who I got into liking a lot this year was I saw DJ open. I'm still getting to know people. I was like, oh, I know DJ Ribsky by name. And their opening for him was Steph Tolev at Zany's.
Oh, yeah. She's
there. Fucking hilarious, man.
Yeah, she was really funny.
She's such a goofball, man. And you could see how she changed, because she was like, she seemed like that regular, like, Greek, I guess, I don't know, neighborhood hoe.
Yeah.
And then she just turned into, like, this mullet, like, little troll, you know?
Yeah.
She got her voice. Like,
yeah.
It reminds me of, like, when I watched Last Dance, and they're talking about Rodman, how he used to, like, be like more conservative, and then he just fucking lost it, started dressing like a woman and dyeing his hair.
Yeah.
But yeah, so like after Sam Kinison, Louis, and Tom Segura, and then like, how long have you been doing it now, Luke?
I started May of 2019, and then during the pandemic, obviously was off, and then I kind of was dipping my toe back into it when places started opening up, and then I feel like I've been kind of going at it.
Do you remember your like earliest worst joke?
I had a joke where I was like I got to get a new job. They're not paying me enough. I always have to choose between rent or food, and I always choose Jack Daniels. Jack Daniels or some shit like that.
Yeah.
But still, it's like, okay, I know that's not a good joke, but that's a whole hell of a lot better than the majority of open micers that are going up there telling me about their day. Like, I don't want to hear about your day. You're not interesting at all. You're not a celebrity. You don't lead an interesting life. Like, if you can come up with a joke at least, then I can be like, okay, there is some merit to what you're doing. You can structure a joke. Okay. Even if I don't think it's funny, I could see, like, setup, punchline.
Yeah.
At least then it's something. But I don't want at the point where they're just like going up there, the guys that travel extremely far distances and then go up there and they're like, I don't know what to say. What were you doing the entire car ride? What were you doing the entire car ride driving here?
Yeah.
Like, just come prepared.
Do you have like a well, it's funny because that you say that's your worst joke because like I'm only like a year and a half in. So to me, that's like, oh, that's not bad. You know, like that's because what I'm saying is like you're at that professionalism level where you're polishing that craft. You know what I'm saying?
I appreciate it.
And I mean, like, I don't know. I like, so here's the thing. Like, I started like 7 years ago while I was in my band. So, dude, have you guys ever heard of Flabby Hoffman?
No.
In Chicago? Okay. I'm going to get so much hate for this, and I got hate for it before. He's this, like, 60-year-old retired Jewish dude who, to be funny, he draws on a pencil-thin mustache with, like, with, like, makeup. Mm-hmm. And what he did was he was, like, trying to show that all these people say, oh, he's such a good member of the Chicago art scene. What he did was he booked shows, and then he got, like, 30% of it. He's got, like, that business, like, Khalil-type mindset. You know, like, let's do this for business. And but he didn't give a fuck. So what happened is I was in like a hippie, like American Oasis type band. Here's how he booked us. Headlining band is like some hardcore hate breed Slipknot shit. Then before them is us, this like hippie fucking band. And then before us, there was a 70-year-old guy dressed up as a smiley face, just doing Rodney Dangerfield jokes word for word. And I saw this fucking guy, and I'm just like, I could fucking do comedy if this guy's. And so, but anyways,
well, it seems like everybody feels like they could do comedy now. I feel like after the pandemic, there's just been an influx of comedians.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is like I remember, and this sounds either autistic or Polish of me. I can't tell the difference between. Like, is there a punchline, or is that a punchline, but it's just shitty?
Yeah.
And it's so fucking hard because, like, when I started out 7 years ago, and then I just bombed traumatically, so I stopped. I did like 7 mics, and then I stopped because I bombed horribly, and all I did was impressions of my Polish mom. There was no fucking like
joke to it. Yeah.
And that's why I bombed. But then, like, I kind of like. Got to know it better, but anyways, the point was that like at least she had like a joke structure, and I didn't really know who the fuck to go to. But so, like, I guess the last few questions I would say is like, do you have a best like showcase fucking story and a worst one that was a disaster?
Of like actual shows that I've done?
Yeah, like best is like, did you open up for somebody that you idolize, or that like it was just fucking you did well?
I don't know. I have a weird kind of like relationship with doing well on stage because like I feel like when I go and you do a show, whatever, it's like I get the most out of feeling like present. Like I'm in that place at that time with these people trying to make them laugh. And like that anxiety of hoping that things are going to go well, not knowing if things are going to go well. Mm-hmm. That's what I like the most. And so I don't know if there was like a show that like went super well. Like we did a show, this was probably before Tom's time even. We did a show right before the pandemic happened at Ashbury Coffee House, Luca, DJ, and myself, and we had a couple other comedians on that. And we just packed it out. There was probably, I don't know, have you ever been to the Ashbury?
No.
So it's a coffee house. It's kind of like a weird like vibe where like.
What neighborhood is it?
It's in Willow Springs.
Oh, okay.
And so I think it's on like Archer.
Yeah.
But it is like a weird vibe, like where like high school, college kids hang out, drink coffee, jerk each other off and shit.
Yeah.
And we did a show there, we sold it out, at least like 70 people there, and just having like a packed room of people that wanted to hear comedy in the perfect environment for it to happen. I thought that was just like really cool.
Yeah.
Because you go to comedy shows and it's like you don't realize that people go to a comedy show and they're like they have to be like kind of like taught what they're doing. And that's like what I think the host's job is that they go there and they're like, okay, we're going to be having fun. We're going to be laughing, you know, don't talk to the comedians, you know, do this.
We're having a good time.
Yeah, right. Yeah, we're having a good time. It's like people need to be told that it's like, okay, you can kind of like release yourself and just have a good time.
Yeah. Did you have any like disaster show you want to share?
Disaster shows. I don't know, man. Every open mic I go to is a disaster show. I think like the first time I went up and I did well, I was like, oh my God, this is what I'm going to be doing. You know, I'm so good at comedy after doing it one time. And then I went up to, I think it was like the Logan Theater Improv or the Logan Improv or whatever.
Yeah.
And did the same exact material and just bombed my face off. I was like, what just happened?
Yeah, dude, that fucking sucks so much. Oh my God. I don't fucking get... I feel I get that the most at like Lincoln Lodge. Cause like I took one of those, you know, the Chris Higgins classes. You guys are familiar with that shit or no?
Oh yeah,
No,
I mean
I'm
I'm familiar with classes. I've never taken one.
Dude, I love that. You know, the first person who they said this, and I was like, "Fuck you, man." And then I realized what he meant was Kyle Allen was telling me that he's like, you know, it kind of gives you like it gives you this nurturing neural pattern path. And I didn't know what the fuck he meant by that, but what it was is like, here's the way I'll explain it. You can't fucking do those classes and not be funny. But when you do them and you're a little bit funny, they just teach you how to fucking write full speed. They just give you like these techniques. I can't explain it. It's like, you know how there's like, I don't know, football plays or like there's techniques to reading stocks, you know?
Yeah.
They just teach you how to like, instead of mulling over a fucking joke for a week, at the end of the week you have 18. And well, the thing that's awesome about the class is they at the end of the, you know, they have like it's called a cheesy ass graduation, but they tape your set and then they're like, oh, this is what you can send out to booking. So I had this polished 6-minute set about me just bitching about being in the union, and it fucking killed. It did great. And then yeah, I would like go to the mics at Lincoln Lodge later and like crickets.
Yeah,
not one laugh. Not one laugh.
That's comedy,
Yeah, that's the thing
man.
about comedy is, man, it's like so like depends on like the audience. You know, and a lot of time at an open mic, no one really gives a fuck. You know, most of the time it's comics and they're just there to do their thing. And if they're like normal people, they're usually there to support a friend. You know, so I feel like it's really hard to get like a good feedback on a joke unless you're doing like for like real audiences. Real audiences, like dude, I would take 5 real people over
A room
full of comedians and and people
yeah.
that comedians brought. You know,
Yeah, dude, that's like I don't want to. You know, we're doing this interview. I don't want to like keep going on my experiences, but the one disaster I bitched about it so much was right after Khalil booked me. I had like this big head, and then I fucking have you ever done that show in Michigan?
Which one?
Fucking the Sunday Funnies.
No,
I don't think so,
dude. Absolute shit. And I'm like the one, probably the only friend that I got like really close with was Pickerel. And I've been talking, and he's like, dude, he's like, I should have told you. Like, so the one thing is in Michigan, there's like a quarter of the comedy scene there is in like Chicago. And because of that, there's a lot of people in Michigan who will just they'll be like, oh yeah, we got a showcase going on. And really all it is it's a reserved open mic and you don't get paid.
Oh yeah.
So I had this guy tell me like, oh yeah, we do this huge fucking showcase. And you know, it was like a mile from Kalamazoo.
Okay.
So I drive up there 3 fucking hours. You know, I had to fill up twice.
Jesus.
And then I show up there. He's like, oh, yeah, you know it's not paid. I'm like, what do you mean? I thought it's a showcase. He's like, no, it's not paid. I'm like, not even for gas? He's like, listen, man, I'm really sorry. But, you know, the bar, like, if you go to the bar, they'll hook you up with, like, food and stuff. I go over there. and they charged me for everything. All I got was a coffee. I'm like, what do you mean
That's
by
fucked
hookup? Like, I didn't even get it like a toothless blowjob. What are you fucking talking?
Yeah. Well, toothless blowjob's good.
Yeah, right. From Michigan.
Yeah.
Well, dude, here's what's fucking hilarious. I was so enragingly pissed off after being in traffic for 3 hours.
Mm-hmm.
My entire set was just shitting on Michigan. Up here.
Yeah.
Did it go well?
Dude, here's how I know that it was trash. They told me that I was the best comedian there. I'm serious. I'm like, I'm not even like. They're like, you need to come back for like the bowling pin competition.
Dude,
no,
that's crazy.
Yeah. Fuck
That's
that.
crazy.
that was it was wow. Like I forgot what I said. It was like. I was like, wow, this fucking place. It's called Spectrum. Yeah, everybody here is definitely on it.
On it, yeah.
It was a fucking wedding banquet hall with a bowling alley. I'm like, I knew I was in Michigan when I went into a wedding banquet hall with a bowling alley, and there was about 20 people with this haircut, and 10 of them women.
Dude,
That's funny.
okay, speaking of Michigan, maybe this isn't a bad show, but I think you were there too, Tom. When we were at that one
Yeah, we did the shows in Michigan.
the brewery place.
Yeah.
Like, right.
Oh, that was fun. I had fun.
I know. It was a great show. It was a great show. But right as I'm about to go up, you know how like at some breweries they'll have like the mugs for the guys. Like you could buy a mug and then you're part of like a membership.
I don't think that's a normal thing. I think that was just
That was
one
just there?
place.
No, I feel like
This sounds like a Michigan story right, already.
So like you go to this brewery and they get a mug and they like put your fucking name on it and then you drink beer and then you give it to they wash it and they hang it on the ceiling.
yeah.
That's that.
What the fuck is
Have you ever
that?
seen that before? No, that's
No.
No, I feel
That
like
is
I've
small-
seen that.
that is
I feel
small
like it's
town
been
bullshit.
done before. It's not. They didn't start it.
yeah, but
They
that
didn't
is
start
small
it there.
town bullshit. It's not like a
There's-
common
Yes,
thing.
it is some small town bullshit. But anyway, so I'm getting up. There's a comedian on before me, and I'm like stretching, dude. I'm like working out my shoulders, and right as they're about to bring me up, I like do like a windmill, and I hit one of them down, and it just shatters everywhere.
Oh god.
And then they're like, "Come to stage, look over." So I'm like, "Oh shit!" Like I just leave this like pile of broken glass and just go up on stage and be like, "Who's ready to laugh?" You know?
Yeah.
That was like a year ago.
Yeah.
That was
yeah,
like
well,
exactly a year ago.
Yeah. That's so wild.
That's crazy.
That was a good
To think
time.
about how far we've came from just that year.
Dude,
is fucking nuts.
that's what I was thinking. I was in Cleveland with DJ, and I was like, God, dude, my career's really going well.
I mean,
I'm in Cleveland. I wasn't even in Cleveland. I was like in some
And
Bodunk.
and like I don't want to sound like cocky, but like I got that fucking comedian like self-hating, like you're always self-doubting whether you're fucking funny or not, or maybe
Oh,
it's
yeah.
just me.
No, that's everybody.
And I'll see like whatever it is, fucking Kill Tony or just like comedians out of town, and I'm just like, if I went down, I don't want to sound cocky, but like if I at the state that I'm in right now, if I went down to like whatever the fuck Arizona, whatever fucking, I could be the funniest comedian in that city. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, that's that. Do you know what? I think about this a lot. It's like, you see guys of small town. Let's say you're from Omaha. Well, no, there's a lot of funny comedians. Let's say you're in middle of nowhere and there's like a small comedy scene.
Yeah.
North Dakota.
You're North Dakota. You're the guy in North Dakota, right?
Yeah.
So you're the local guy in North Dakota.
Yeah.
You fucking and then a headliner comes through and they're like, well, I need an opener. Fucking, you're the guy in North Dakota. You get to work with that guy.
Yeah.
But like that same guy comes to Chicago,
and he's an open micer. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like,
no, that same headliner comes to Chicago, and you don't get the chance to work with him.
yeah.
So it's like there's kind of a double-edged sword. It's like of being the biggest fish.
Yeah, but
in a small
also,
pond.
I feel like you have to be in a major metropolitan area because you're not going to be able to talk about things that are interesting to a wide variety of people if you're not.
Yeah.
And also, if you're in a major metropolitan area, city, whatever, then you're going to be around other artistic people. It
Yeah.
maybe not even be people in comedy, but if you're around that type of like community of people that are like trying to come up with stuff and trying to create things and they're trying to think out of the box, I feel like that adds a lot to you trying to, write comedy. But if
Yeah.
you're in North Dakota and all you can see is like snow and
fracking.
Fracking and
the Oath Keepers, man. Don't forget about
the Oath Keepers. It's like, well, that's gonna be all your material.
Yeah,
and
you'll probably crush in North Dakota.
Yeah,
but you
yeah,
go to
yeah.
you go to Chicago and you're fucking dog shit. That's
well, you know, I was thinking about that. I'm like, dude, if I was homeless in Hawaii, I'd be running this comedy scene here. You know?
yeah, yeah.
homeless.
I'd be homeless, but I'd be fucking.
You'd be ripping at open mics. Yeah,
yeah.
But
But
it's yeah, it's good. It's good to be where there's a lot of competition because that just makes you better.
You know what quote like that fucking completely changed me, like growing up, like, because that's the thing that I don't want to interrupt you, like in anything art related, whether it's fucking comedy, books, music, there's no fucking like meter. You know, when you're a UFC fighter or football, you're like, yeah, this is how many touchdowns he got, this is how fucking big his like takedowns. In art, there's no fucking meter, so it's sort of like what you still have to do. That the advice that I took was like, you are who you surround yourself with.
Yeah, 100%.
That's why when I was like, I would hang out with like certain mics where it's just like jaded fucking assholes and they're horrible. And then it's just like, I'm like, you know what? I see whatever your crew with whatever Luca and DJ talking. I'm like, I'm just gonna wedge my way in there and just listen.
Yeah,
it just got me better. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, it's like I feel like when I first started, I was kind of quiet until myself, but you know, I quickly realized that I'm like, I need to be around guys that are better than me. Like I don't want to be the best comedian in my group.
Yeah, yeah.
So that's why I was like, I'm gonna attach onto these guys because they're doing it. They're doing well. So I'm like, okay, I want to get to know these guys, get to know what they're about, and that's just. Honestly, if I didn't have the friends that I have in comedy now, I don't think that I would be any good. Which I don't think I'm good now, but I'm just like, I don't feel like I would have any type of traction.
Yeah, and it's just the weirdest thing though that it seems too good to be true. How many good fucking people are coming out of Chicago? Like it makes me feel like, you know how like fucking 60s hippies were like in that whole Andy Warhol decade where it's just this fucking art collective of good music. That's what I feel like is going on in Chicago. And it's like,
there's a lot of, there's so many killers in Chicago. And do you know what? I think it's because like Chicago, it has like New York, it's like there's so many people. There's so many fucking people, and it's like it's hard to like get into like a shitty club in New York. Like it's so much. Like Luca is out in New York, and he's like, dude, it's hard to get into the Grizzly Pear, which is like a nobody club.
Yeah,
it's hard. It's like hard. Like there's so much. Like you have to have something. You have to have a lot of followers. You have to have this. You have to have that. But in like Chicago, you can kind of just like send an email, be nice to people, get up on stage. You do well, then you just keep on getting more opportunities.
Yeah,
like it's like in Chicago, it's more linear in Chicago. It's more like. You get a decent amount of time. It's pretty solid. You submit to a show. You get on the show. They book you to work at the club, and then you move up in the club, and then you go from there.
Yeah.
But like New York and L.A., it's like, what can you offer me?
Yeah, L.A. and New York definitely, from my experience, is you have to have something kind of like sizzling to go out there.
You have to have followers.
Yeah, you have to have something going. You have to have some type of project already almost completed, if not completed, to go out there, because it's like you go out there, you're going against time. Unless you have, an endless amount of money, you're like out there trying to get something going as quickly as possible to get some type of income coming in.
The other thing too, I mean, this is so fucking like Rogan-y alpha shit but I don't give a fuck, is that you need a set fucking goal. You need a set goal. That's 100%. Because so many people are just like, I mean, that's why they become jaded. Like my goal, I was like, I know the lifestyle that I had, the shit that I've gone through, I would never be relatable to masses like Sebastian Maniscalco style.
Yeah.
But to me, it's like, I love fucking Big J. If I could make it on to where I would like, they'd invite me on Legion of Skanks. I'm like, dude, that's good for me. I'm fucking
I mean,
happy
that's huge though too. Like,
Yeah.
that's a huge
honestly,
accomplishment.
I think the goal is just to have people that fuck with your shit.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
if you had just like this seems like big to us, because we're nobodies, but if you just had like 100,000 followers of people that actually fucked with you, you could go to cities, sell out clubs, and have a fucking great living. Make a great living.
Yeah.
And just have that core people. Like Big J has the core people that fuck with him. It's all about the people that fuck with you.
And you know what? It's like the DIY scene is going over the mass scene.
Yeah.
Where
well, like the don't tells are really popping off.
Yeah.
Like some people are using don't tell as a credit.
Yeah. Well, it's like, did you hear about what happened to this Writers Guild shit?
Yeah, they're all on strike.
Yeah, but did you so you know who A24 is?
No,
right?
what?
You know, like
The production company?
Yeah, like Hereditary.
Yeah.
They did the one with Adam Sandler, Uncut Gems.
Yeah, Midsommar.
Mm-hmm.
So they're like a DIY, like mindfuck independent company, right? And they're like all these fucking, you know, Hollywood is making all these stupid fucking remakes, and they're going on strike. Well, we're like, you know what? We're going to hire all of them. So now this DIY company is going to have a shit ton of work because these Hollywood, you know, corporate remakes don't want to do anything. So
yeah.
But that's but that's the truth is like, I don't know, man. It's part of the reason why I got into comedy is, dude, being in a band. I was in a band for 15 years, like different bands for 15 years. What I noticed is this is such a fucking it's such a stupid idea that when you're in a band, you're like, you know what? Maybe Rick Rubin or maybe the Killer Mike from Run the Jewels he's going to be in Chicago. And he's like, why not go to this dump venue and find the next whoever the fuck? That's never going to fucking happen.
That's never going to happen.
That's like, that ended with the internet. You know, like all those record label guys, that did happen to like, because I'm like obsessed with Oasis. That shit got me out of depression, is listening to Oasis. But that's what happened to them, where the guy who signed a British, I forgot who the biggest guy there, but he went to a fucking record club. He sees them play. They're the biggest thing now. You know, they fucking play Wonderwall at every soccer game in England. You know.
Oh wow.
And it's just like, but in comedy, I was like, dude, I'm only a year in, and I've met so many of the idols that I like.
Yeah.
You know, like you meet
they're
them
accessible.
Yeah.
Comedians are accessible, and that's part of the reason why you fuck with them.
Yeah.
Is because you can go to a show, and then after the show you can meet them. You go to see you go to see any band, you're not gonna fucking meet them after. They're doing coke on the tour bus.
We'll see where I sort of like got a kickstart ahead, and this is why I should totally be like a fucking manager or some shit. I was in the alternative band that I was in, it's called Kroll Klex. It's basically, it's named after basically like the fucking Willy Wonka movie that's Polish. Like it's just a psychedelic band, right? When I was in this band, bro, I was in it for 7 years. Year 1, I was obsessed with this psychedelic. They're called Brian Jonestown Massacre. Have you ever seen like Boardwalk Empire?
Yeah.
No, I haven't seen it.
They're the theme song. The intro song. That's Brian Jonestown Massacre.
Okay.
And they're just fucking like, you know, like Black Crows, like this alternative music, right?
Yeah.
First year, I was obsessed with this band, starstruck, absolutely love them. Year 7, they put me on shows, and I was touring with them.
Oh, that's cool.
Like in 7 fucking years, because I just knew I was that guy that I'm like, why is it wrong to track down where they're staying at and like email them or like run into them on the street?
Yeah.
And that's what I started doing in comedy. I just like I was asking Steph if I could open for her when she came through.
And what'd she say?
She said, she's like, no, sorry, Zanies books their own guys. And then,
Yeah.
you know, DJ like ended up.
Yeah.
But you could it's just so easily accessible, you know? And
100%,
like,
yeah.
same thing with like when I saw Big J, I was only like 4 months in. I saw him in Comedy on State in Wisconsin. And he's like, oh, you're a comedian in Chicago. You could open up for me if you want. And I was like so starstruck that I didn't bother asking for his like manager or anything.
Yeah.
And then I actually talked to Ray Wisbrock, because he does a lot of shows at Rosemont, whatever.
Yeah.
And he's like, dude, Phil, don't fucking open up with Big J 4 months in. You're gonna ruin your fucking
that's bad news.
Yeah,
that's the worst thing in comedy, is getting an opportunity that you're not ready for.
Yeah,
that has to be the worst thing.
Yeah,
because honestly, every opportunity in comedy that you get, you want to be over ready for it. When you get it, you almost want to be like, oh, okay,
yeah, this is beneath me.
Yeah, because then you're over prepared and you know you're gonna crush that opportunity.
But you know what scale was on a balances in my mind was, after taking those classes, having a polished fucking 12 minutes, because I took 2 different ones, I was like, if I go to a Zanies crowd, it'll kill there, you know? So I was like, I guess I was saying like, the worst it could be is I would be average, you know?
Yeah.
And I don't know if that's still horrendous, you know?
Yeah.
Because yeah, I don't know. People just when it's just an average audience. But anyways, man, is there so you don't have like a worse disaster? So just every mic.
Dude, I mean,
That show we did in Michigan. It was a good show. It wasn't a disaster show. He just knocked the fucking bug off.
No, it was a really good show.
No, there's been plenty of bad shows.
You know what's the craziest music show story I ever heard? Like that went bad. There's this band. Nobody knows who they are. They're called the Icarus Line. They kind of sound like that White Stripes garage rock shit, and they never got big. And what happened is their label told them that they could open for. You know who the Cult is from the 80s?
No.
They're like,
I don't know any of your references.
It's all good. It's
You're like, but do you know this? I'm like, no.
No,
Please tell me.
it's fine. No, but it's fine, man. Like I'm a hipster and I hate to fucking deny it. No, but so this band, The Cult, they were like big in the 80s. They were kind of like almost like The Cure, or like it doesn't matter. Point is they're one of those bands that like decades later people still remember them. So Icarus Line got booked to open for The Cult. Completely two separate different music. Because here's this band that's like, The Cult is like those chicks with the huge hair and they got goth makeup dancing depressed, you know? And Icarus Line is like a punk show. It's going wild.
Yeah.
So every fucking show they would get booed and they would just put feedback on for like 20 minutes. Not even play, just put feedback on. And then they got to Texas where people they were getting pissed that they're doing that.
Yeah.
So this motherfucker, they had a show at a Hard Rock Cafe. You know who Stevie Ray Vaughan is?
Yeah.
He's like the biggest blues guitarist in Texas. They had one of his fucking like $50,000 guitars in glass on the wall, like autographed. Motherfucker smashed through it and just slammed it to bits on stage. It was fucking
wild.
That's nuts.
Yeah.
That is wild.
Yeah.
Wild.
So like I mean, I want to get to like so Tom, what about you? Like what
got me into comedy?
Yeah. Did you have like top 3 influences? What's your like origin? Like how Luke, you said you liked speech. Like what got you into?
What got me into comedy? I remember.
Side note, the reason why that lawyer thing came up on that test was because I was fucking. Dude, I would win awards in debate class.
Really?
That's how fucking crazy. Yeah. I would literally, you know, at one point during lockdown, I was going to like release a board game called just like Judge Debate, where you pull out a name, like fortune cookie things, you know, and you just have to like cover their ass. So you'd get like Hitler and you have to be like, well, he dressed well.
Yeah.
You know?
You have to defend it.
Yeah. And
that's not bad. That's good. You should do that.
That's a good idea, yeah.
What got me into comedy is, I've always kind of liked stand-up, since I was a kid. I remember the first thing of comedy I ever heard. I found an iPod at the park when I was like 7.
Yeah.
And I took it home and I plugged my headphones in it and I turned it on. And the first thing that started playing was Dane Cook.
Oh,
it was Dane Cook. It was the Kool-Aid bit. I remember it specifically.
I thought it was fucking hilarious at that time.
Yeah,
it didn't age well.
It didn't age well. No, but as I was a kid. I was like 7. I was like, what the fuck is this? I'm like, this is fucking awesome. So then I started getting into like comedy, and then when I started to get like a little bit older, like Daniel Tosh, like Tosh.0 was big, and I love Daniel Tosh stand up. He's definitely one of my influences. I started listening to that, and then I was like, and I always kind of wanted to know. I always wanted to do like something like kind of like that. Like I didn't know what I wanted to do, but I was like, I want to perform. I kind of want to be in that space. And then when I found comedy, or when I got into it again as an adult, I was like, oh, this is it.
Yeah,
this is what. And then I started doing it, and then now I'm here, just doing open mics and doing shows and whatever.
You guys both did roast battles, right?
I haven't.
I did a roast battle. Sucked. I
remember with Peyton, right?
Yeah. I'm not a roast battle guy. I feel like it's just not really my speed.
Dude, I'll be honest, I did feel bad.
You did?
Yeah, because I was like, I was there that night, and I think it was that night that I roasted Amy, wasn't it?
No. I wasn't there that night.
Or was it? I know.
It was Bobby Kelly was the judge,
Okay, yeah.
which really
No, I was there that night though.
Yeah?
Yeah, I did go because me and Picaro went because we heard
yeah.
Because I like Bobby Kelly hosts Bonfire now with Big J.
Yeah.
So I'm like I gotta go, and then everybody. Did you hear the shit about the special guest?
Yeah, it was supposed to be Tim Dillon.
Yeah, and I was
Yeah.
like, "Fuck yeah, I'm going."
Yeah, Tim Dillon was in town, but he didn't end up showing up.
Imagine how would you feel now if you bombed in front of Tim Dillon?
That'd be bad.
That would've been
That'd be
insane.
bad. I don't know. Do you know what? I
but,
went.
but yeah, I felt bad because I know you're a good comic. I'm not kissing ass, but I've seen
Yeah.
you do really well. You've got your shit down.
Mm-hmm.
But roasting is just a different fucking.
It's not. Well, do you know what? I came in like I wrote all the jokes and I ran them by my friends and they were like, "These are good. These are funny." And then I didn't realize that Peyton has been called fat his whole life. So then he kind of took it and he just you were there. He just like.
Turn it around.
He turned it around on me, and I was like, "Fuck, I have nothing." And then he called me racist, and the crowd was loving that.
Oh,
and I was like, I guess I do look like this. So I'm like, yeah, I get it. But so yeah, I got killed. But here's the thing: a roast. I don't think roast battle really matters. It doesn't matter. I mean, if you want to be a roaster, that's fine.
I don't think it matters, but I do love. I love roast battles in Chicago because it gives you exposure.
Mm-hmm.
Because it was like, dude, every time fucking Greco and either Greco or I think it's always Greco. He just gives you that green room speech where he's like, you know why you guys are fucking here?
Yeah.
Because you got thick skin.
Yeah,
And all the
yeah.
other comedians are fucking pussies.
Yeah.
And it's true. There's so many comedians that I've asked, like, let's roast, and they don't want to do it. And what's great about that is that if you got that thick skin, I mean, did you see how many followers they have on YouTube? You know, like it gives you that exposure.
Yeah, it does. I was getting fucking killed in the comments. They posted a clip.
Don't ever read. Yeah.
I was getting fucking killed.
What
dude.
was? Do you remember any of them?
I scrolled through it and it was just like nothing like overly mean. It'd just be like yawn, sucks,
Yeah.
shit like that. And I was like, yeah, I guess that's fine.
So here's when, like, the first roast I went with Chris Bong at, and I think I might have told you, like, my wife grew up with Chris and his family.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they were my wife. I think they were. They weren't like super close, but Chris's house, because him and his brother plays pool. They were like, that was like the party house.
Oh, wow.
I think my second date with my wife was at Chris's house, and you know what was fucking hilarious? So here's what's hilarious. Side note. Just the idea of, like, I'm just thinking, like, what Chris thinks of me the first time he met me. So because my dad used to beat the shit out of me, and he's an alcoholic, so I get triggered by dumb alcoholics.
Yeah,
especially when they get physical.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm like, that's probably normal for most people, but for me even more.
Yeah.
So what happened is my wife, she never drinks. She does not like drinking, but she was so anxious because she like had a crush on me that she forced herself like to have a few beers, and then she started hurling, and I was like, I don't want to deal with this, so I just put a 5-gallon bucket over her. I'm like, just throw up into this, I'll see you tomorrow. And I left. And they were just like, what kind of, like, her best friend's like, what kind of fucking asshole puts a bucket on you and leaves, you know?
Yeah.
And then sure enough, we're married. Fucking yeah. But the other funny thing was, like, her I thought this was so funny that, like, because I love talking about that cute shit. Like, what did you guys think of me before you knew me well?
Yeah.
Her family, like, she's got a sister and brother. They fucking hated me because I sold a shit ton of weed.
Oh, yeah.
But they smoked a shit ton. So I was like, what the fuck is that shit, you know?
That is fucked up.
Anyways, what the fuck were we talking about? The roast. Well,
yeah, the roast.
I just, like, I don't know, man. Like, so what I was getting at is, like, the comments. Like, I had the same shit. They were like, this guy belongs at a roast, like he belongs in a construction yard or something.
Yeah,
some weird shit.
Yeah, they're very mean.
Yeah,
But that's the internet.
Yeah, but
you have to be able to take it. If you're gonna put shit online, you have to take the hate.
But what's funny is because I wanted to just, like, get my views up, because that's kind of like the roast battle page. I just spliced up only my roast jokes, and I had people telling me, like, oh, you won that thing. What the fuck was that guy talking about?
Yeah,
and that's why they don't matter.
Yeah,
because like, depending on what the judge is like, what that crowd is like. I mean, when I went up against Amy, one of the biggest problems was I don't want to like. I'm not saying I'm a smart guy, but they were too smart and long jokes.
Yeah.
Because I'm used to fucking watching like Comedy Central roast where there's a guy at a podium and it's Tom Feeback's roast. So everybody goes to this podium, shits on you. And
I like that style of roast.
I do.
More than back and forth.
Yeah, because I'm not prepared. That's what made me nervous with Amy and Chris. Because like I would say something. I forgot what I said to Chris. I was like, oh, I saw Chris playing with a dog the other day. That's fucked up. I would never be raised to play with my food.
Yeah.
And then he would say something like, yeah, okay, fat Jared Leto or something,
Yeah.
And I just froze. Like I did the callback. So, and
Fat Jared Leto.
Yeah.
and like I couldn't. The funny part about Ted's thing recently was I'm not even joking because I know, he kind of came from Jerks as well. And like I said, just Karski, dude, there isn't a moment where I hang out with Karski and he doesn't say some fat shit.
Yeah.
It's so goofy. Like it's like child shit, But so when I wrote the roast jokes, I'm like, I know Ted's going to ask for tips. So literally as many regular jokes that I had that many fat callbacks. And he fucking kamikazed my ass because he only had one fat joke.
Oh wow.
So and I didn't even use the callback because they were way too mean. I was like,
yeah.
Oh, I'm so fat. I'll say him now because I didn't use them. I was like, I'm fat. Okay, so you're telling me if I put lipstick on, you might marry me and try and have a baby with me. and then the other one was like if he's called me fat, I'd be like, dude, I just can't lay off that cottage cheese after seeing those acne scars.
Damn.
Yeah. But anyways, we were talking about so you had Dane Cook on an iPod.
Dane Cook on an iPod. Yeah, I listened to that. That got me into comedy. And now, and then as I got older, my influences are more like Louis. I like Tosh a lot.
Louis is the fucking GOAT, man.
Louis is the best.
I can't believe anybody who shits on Louis, I don't want to be friends with you. Like you're strictly fueled by some like agenda that you have zero like who do you like in comedy? Nobody. Who do you hate? Louis. It's like you don't even know about comedy.
Exactly, yeah. Yeah, he's one of the best of all time. I mean, I really like Chris Rock. Chris Rock was I liked him a lot growing up. Daniel Tosh is like the one that like no one mentions, but dude, he is so goddamn funny.
He is
funny.
You listen to his specials, dude. He had one, The People Pleaser, that came out in 2016. Dude, it is fucking phenomenal.
Yeah.
Absolutely phenomenal.
And his show was good and successful.
The show was good, but I'm like I like the show. It's like he's it's like a YouTube video, then he's commenting on it, and then he brings them in, and then they do like a little skit together, and it's good. But I'm like, dude, his stand up is so much better than the show, so much better.
Before I even wanted to get into comedy or podcasting, because I podcasted for a while before. I had a different podcast, but I was just really into like the Tom Green on the street shit.
Yeah,
and I'm still looking for somebody to do it with because either one nobody has the balls, or two, nobody has the balls to be there taping you while you're doing some crazy shit.
Yeah.
Because like during lockdown, I was in that metal band that I was gonna tell you the video.
Yeah.
Dude, these fucking dorks, they're in their 40s and they're metalheads. I got into metal thinking everybody that listens to metal had my experience, getting your fucking ass kicked by your dad. I got kidnapped by my dad. I just had severe trauma. So I'd be going to a show and I'd be like, oh yeah, you're here because you're screaming this shit because you got beat up too, right? No, I'm here because my dad won't lend me $20,000 for my apartment,
yeah.
So that's why I kind of got away from metal. But I told these guys, I'm like, dude, these fucking BLM riots in downtown, we need to fucking set up right in the middle of those riots and film a music video there. Because that'd
be dope.
They would have instantly gone viral, and they didn't want to do it.
Yeah, that would have been. Yeah, you would have been
insane.
Yeah, you would have got a fucking. Would have got a brick thrown at your head, probably.
Dude,
dead Phil.
Yeah,
just a bunch of white guys doing the whitest music of all time.
Yeah, dude, I had a friend who was. This is the most fucked up shit I heard. I have a friend cop who he only does. I think he works for Prospect Heights. Mm-hmm. Dude, you know what he told me? He got like. We had a grill at my brother's house. He lives in Bensonville, And I asked him, I'm like, so are you anxious, Mr. Cop here? Because like just trolling him. He goes, am I anxious? He goes, come here. He had like a Honda CRV. He opens it. There's like 5 bulletproof vests, 2 Spaz 12 shotguns. He's like, that's how fucking paranoid I am. And I go, why? And he goes, you want to know what happened to my friend the other day? He's on leave because he's fucked up. I go, why? What happened? He got a report that a black dude shot another black dude in the face.
Mm-hmm.
So always, whoever shows up, it's whoever shows up first has to sort of like keep everybody away, right? Whether it's the cop or the ambulance. So they hear, you know, whatever, black on black crime, shot in the face. He shows up before the ambulance, and he's picking up this obviously dead body. Like he's got to go there to show up to declare death. He's picking up this dead body. These guys with fucking bats started beating up the dead body and him. And this
is in Prospect Heights?
Yeah.
Holy fuck.
And they hit him so fucking hard that they couldn't identify the body because they ripped his face off. Isn't that fucking crazy?
Jesus.
Yeah.
That's insane.
That's the shit that you don't hear that like cops go through, you know?
Yeah.
But,
no, being a cop is a fucking tough job, dude.
Yeah.
It's like I don't know if you want to get into this on the podcast, but
I don't care. It's
such a tough job, dude. It's like you're always on edge.
Yeah. And the thing that drives me nuts, like during lockdown when I got laid off from the union, I had to work at like Aldi. And they're like, yo, if you can't scan like 50 fucking items per minute, so basically you have 10 seconds leeway in a minute, you know, so it's like an item per. They're like, if you can't do that, we fire you. So it's like, imagine the percentage you have to be accurate just scanning shit. Now you're at a job where people could kill you at any fucking moment, and you got to be accurate every time and in the right mood and not pissed off, like. And people would tell me I'm like a fucking shill or like I'm some whatever conservative guy because I didn't even tell you guys. The first time I had a seizure, they Rodney King'd my ass.
What does that mean?
They fucking like they handcuffed me, beat the shit out of me while I was having a seizure.
Really?
They knocked my fucking teeth out. Yeah.
Really?
I mentioned this before like 4 times, but it's fine. I went to a Slayer show with my buddy where we chugged that Skull vodka bottle, got my head rattled in the mosh pit and shit, and I couldn't fall asleep because how much alcohol. And then, like I said, all I remember is going into that cramped seizure, waking up in the hospital, my family's around me, my teeth are cracked in half, and I'm like, what the fuck happened? And yeah, the cops showed up. They saw like I had like a man cave room in the basement, and I'm into this. It's the prime of me being into this Satanist shit. So I have like a fucking shrine and baby doll heads.
Jesus.
So they're like, "Oh, this guy's ODing," and my friend's like, "We've never done anything harder than weed.
Yeah,
we're 16. We haven't even done shrooms."
And
he's like, "No, please step out of the room." And they tried cuffing me, and because I was I don't remember any of this. I was, unconscious. Because I was like trying to go on my side to breathe during a seizure. They thought I was like trying to rip away. So I guess some chick cop tried to cuff me, and I tackled her into a mirror. And then they then they beat the shit out of me.
Fuck out.
Yeah,
that's fucked up.
Yeah, and the funny part, I mentioned this before too, was like Big J. Did you see his dog belly?
Yeah. Funny.
You remember how he talked about it? He was like, how many bitch cops do you think you can take out?
Yeah.
He did that joke at Comedy on State, and he looked at me in the crowd, and I'm like, well, funny you say that. And then I told him after the show, I'm like, you know what? How many can I take out? I took one out unconscious while having a seizure, handcuffed.
Yeah.
So if any woman wants to be a cop, like, yeah.
Yeah, that's a nuts job.
It is a nuts job.
Like how, like not to be like, whatever, but
what, political or whatever.
Yeah. No, it's like, yeah, you're a woman cop, dude. You have to take down big men.
Yeah.
You have to be able to like forcefully.
Do you think women should be allowed to be cops?
Yeah, they can like write tickets and shit. They could do like the parking
clerical work.
Yeah, they could be the crossing guard.
They can clean the gun.
There are some tough bitches out there, but it's like it's like, dude, it's like
you have to have good. If anything, we might end up finding out women are better cops because they got a better temperament.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's just like what I always tell people who fucking hate cops. Like, do you know how you change shitty cops? Become one.
Yeah,
and take a fucking step in the day.
What if that was in like some countries, like you have to join the military?
Oh, dude.
What if everyone
Bro.
had to like be like a cop for like a month or something?
Bro, my friend right now, his name's Zoryan. He's in Ukraine, and he would tour when I was like in the hippie band. Like dude, the whole you know what's so fucking cheesy is that whole neo psychedelic scene. Everybody dresses like Austin Powers all the time. I will show you fucking photos of me when I was in that band. You guys are gonna want to roast battle me because it's fucking. It's so like I literally I'm like I look like an Austin Powers extra and
yeah.
But this guy was in this band and literally 2 days ago, he had his mandatory enlisting, where like his family had to leave for shelter, but the males have to fight in the army because they need help. And he has a GoFund. It's not a GoFundMe. It's something Ukrainian.
Yeah.
But he has a GoFundMe like Patreon where people send money because they need ammunition money. It's
Wow.
fucking crazy.
Yeah, dude. From my understanding, Ukraine is getting rocked by
Yeah.
Russia.
Yeah.
And it seems like
I
everybody's.
thought they were putting up like a really good fight.
That's what I feel like. That's what the mainstream narrative is, but in reality, they're just getting rocked by Russia. It easily could be World War III. Like that's not something. When people say that, that's not something that is out of the realm of possibility.
You think?
Yeah.
Easily, because if Russia blows through Ukraine, there's no peace talks right now. They're not negotiating anything.
Yeah.
So Russia's just gonna blow through Ukraine,
They have
and
all
then
those
they're
nukes.
yeah. Then they're trying to get the like Polacks and Slavs in this fight too. Russia's gonna go towards Poland, cross whatever river.
Yeah,
you
we know how that's gone.
Separates them.
We
Dude, we're gonna have Wild Phil on the front line. Dude, he's gonna have to go back
but I'm
Wild
gonna
Phil's
defend the
get fucking
motherland.
wild,
I'm
dude.
gonna survive it, man. That's the thing. I'm a rat. I'm the rat king. No, but that's like
You would destroy the Russians.
it's just like I don't know if this is like a conspiracy theory thing, but have you ever heard about like why you know why there's wars? Because that's what fuels like the capitalist economy.
Of course.
That's why it's just like every 30
I don't think
years.
I don't think that's a conspiracy theory.
I'm
wars are super profitable.
Yeah. Well, what I'm saying is like, so when there's a fucking like, okay, so say in the past 30 years, there probably could have been a war every fucking year, but
Yeah.
now because economy is like ready to pop, they're just like, you know what? We're gonna let them fight. Like, let them fight it out.
Yeah.
Let it blow up.
There's
you know?
like a few people making a lot of money, and it's like, dude, if I was in that position, yeah, I'd want to make money.
Yeah.
Yeah, you want to make a $1 trillion?
I would like to make $1 trillion, while
Well,
some
what's-
people I have no idea that ever existed before, and nor will I know after die. Yeah.
You know, you want to know some crazy history about Slavs? This is gonna get me canceled right now.
Say it.
I mean, you know that's why it's called slavery, right?
No.
It originated from Slavs, and because I wrote this.
What is a Slav?
Slav is just Eastern European, like Poland, Russia, Czech Republic, Belarus, I think Bulgaria. It's all of Eastern Europe. That's
Okay.
what Slavs are, right? And what's crazy is like, because I wrote this bit and I only did it once because there's not a lot of places that people will be happy about it. I was going like, guys, I'm all for reparations because, man, you guys are fighting over like a missed check. I'm fighting over my lottery ticket because
Yeah.
Slavs have been enslaved for 9,000 years. Because you know what like Ottoman Empire is?
Yeah.
You know how they say in like America, all that fucking wealth from white people is from plantation owners.
Yeah.
All the wealth from oil, like Islam in the Middle East, is from enslaving Slavs. And
Holy shit.
So that's why I'm like, dude, if you went reparations, I'd be a fucking millionaire. Like,
Yeah.
but
No, that's a crazy thing. Like everybody thinks that's the like racism and slavery is only in America. That shit's everywhere.
it is everywhere.
It's literally everywhere.
We-
It's literally how like civilization came to be.
Did you know we were the first country to outlaw it?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I did know that. Yeah.
That's what's like.
I heard something recently, like not even that long ago. Fucking, they were throwing like banana peels at like a black soccer player, like a black soccer team, like in Europe or something.
Oh, dude, people people outside of America are still in like 1990. There's so so here's another fucking Polak story. If you guys want to, like, okay, before internet, right? You know, there's like trends or whatever, like fucking people wearing Supreme or whatever the fuck. Like, I can't explain. Like, I'm trying to think of what's
True Religion.
Yeah,
Bedazzled jeans.
Yeah, or like you know how like Matt Rife got huge and like it seemed like in a period of a month he just exploded, right?
Yeah, he popped.
So in Europe there used to be like a 10-year lag because of like just people going over there and spreading whatever trend. Like, this is a new cool thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you know some funny shit is 2000. I mean, there was internet, but there's just towns that don't get internet. So my brother, we were on vacation with my mom in Poland visiting our family, and we go to this bar, and all they're playing is like Polak techno, just like all in Polish, and it's just, you know?
Yeah.
So I go up there, I'm like, dude, we should like request some dumb shit and just dance to it and see. And I requested, do you guys remember 69 Boys from the 90s? They're the ones that made whoop, that is.
Oh,
whoop.
yeah.
And then they also made Pop It Can, it's sweet to go. Let me see that Tootsie Roll.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
We go up there and we start doing like the Tootsie Roll dance.
Yeah.
And there's chicks going up to us thinking we're hot. Like, where did you learn this? That you're fly as fuck. Because some of those trends just
They just don't
past
make
the
it over
fucking-
there.
Yeah.
Wow.
And that's the thing is like the other thing.
But now
that's-
it's different.
Oh yeah, now it is different. Yeah, because of internet. I mean,
Yeah.
there's those kids that are spraying fucking tomato soup on paintings for climate change or whatever.
Yeah.
But I mean, I don't know. It's just You know the weird thing is that I played GTA 5 years before it came to America,
How?
because it came out in England.
Oh,
and my cousin had a ripped version. I was like fucking 5th grade year old me. I'm like, this is awesome.
That's
Yeah.
sick.
That is
Running
sick.
people over.
That
and
is huge in 5th grade.
You know what I used to play back then, dude? This is so okay. Do you guys remember using T1 calculators
Yeah.
for algebra?
Yeah, maybe.
Okay, so this is so weird, and this is a fact. But there used to be whatever nerd made T1 calculators. They made that when you put in a certain code, you play this game called Dope Wars, and it's literally a supply and demand game on a calculator.
Okay.
So it's like you buy cheap weed in the Bronx. It was based on New York, so it was like weed is the cheapest in the Bronx, so you buy it there, and then it's the highest in Brooklyn, so you sell it there. But coke is cheap there, and you're trying to be a millionaire within 30 days without getting killed. And they had these on calculators. When I was like in 5th grade, they had a game called Wet: The Sex Empire. And it was on Windows 95, and it was kind of like it had like comic graphics, and it was you start off as a whore, and you have to become a successful porn star. And I'm like, dude, I'm like in 5th grade. I'm like, what's a double dildo? What is
Yeah.
Double-edged dildo?
What is an anal plug? You know,
That's fucking wild.
it was fucking crazy. That man, but
Damn.
so you okay? Because I feel like we're running a little late.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah,
I
I'm
gotta
I'm
sorry,
clock
man.
out, dude.
I'm clocking out, dude. I'm tired.
we could wrap it up if you want. That's fine.
Yeah.
That's all.
Yeah. I'm
You down?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm fried, dude. You could go forever, can't you?
Dude, I just had that hookah, man, so it got my blood pumping. But
Yeah. No.
Anyways, man.
we've done almost 3 hours.
it's scary.
Easily.
nuts.
Still didn't.
1 o'clock.
Yeah, man.
Holy
well,
fuck.
dude, seriously, thank you guys for coming on.
Thanks for having us.
If you ever want to come on again, we
For
fucking
sure. For
whatever.
sure.
Like
Yeah.
it's cool getting to know you guys. Thank you. Yeah.
This
I
is
don't
an
know
awesome studio. Thanks for having us.
Yeah. Thanks for
We had
having
a
me,
lot
man.
of fun.
Yeah, thank you, man. All
All
right.
right.